wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Winter Thursday, everybody. Yeah, a little snow day here for southeast New Mexico this morning. Good morning. If you're waking up wondering, hey, what's that stuff? It's snow. We do have closures and delays around the area. School, a lot of school closed, delayed in the area. I'll give you the list here as far as the latest in just a few seconds. Consulted NM Roads right before coming on air here, and according to which you can check out for your own self, nmroads.com. They've got a big statewide map there. They update continuously, giving driving conditions around the state. Pretty much everything around Roswell, they've listed as fair driving conditions. When you head west towards Hondo area, it starts to get difficult driving conditions, and then if you go south, just south of towards Carlsbad, they start getting difficult driving conditions. But past that, everything around this area under fair. That being said, if you are heading out and about this morning, please use caution. Roads are snow-packed and icy. I haven't been on them since about 5-something this morning when I came into the office here, but they weren't too bad then. And I don't think we haven't received any snow since then. It's just been clear skies for the most part. It is cold out there. Well, we're talking single to barely double-digit numbers right now, and cold is going to be the word for the next couple days here. We'll get you up to date on all that. But as far as closures and delays go, Roswell Independent School District closed today. Artesia Public Schools are closed today. Hagerman Schools are closed today. Lake Arthur went to remote learning. Their remote learning buildings are closed today. Eastern New Mexico University Roswell closed today. Head Start for Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad are all closed. Dexter schools are on a 2-hour delay. Dexter Head Start also on a 2-hour delay. Folks farther south, Carlsbad schools on a 2-hour delay. New Mexico State University Carlsbad, they'll open the campus at 10 a.m. this morning. Hobbs schools on a 3-hour delay. Lovington schools on a 3-hour delay as well. So that's just some of the, as those things update, change, if they do, we'll let you know. But as of this moment, that's the latest I have as far as delays, closures, things like that. So just a heads up. It's, but in all fairness, it's not as bad as they could have been saying. Like I heard 1 to 3, but then even the more totals I heard we could get like 6 inches. I'm going to say here in Roswell, we maybe got an inch, maybe, and I'm being kind of generous on that one. It's probably more along the lines of a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, but it's not too bad. Like I said, though, the roads are snow packed. Main Street wasn't too bad, a little snow packed. As I got closer to downtown, maybe say around, I don't know, from the north side, maybe just south of the Convention Civic Center, I noticed, and then coming towards downtown. The roads there was a little bit clearer, and I don't know if that's just because of heavier traffic or, I don't know, something plowed through the area by accident last night. I have no idea, but it was a little bit better than it was farther north. Unfortunately, I didn't come from the south, so I didn't see what the roads were like there. But all the back streets, side streets, snow-packed, everything else, they got about an inch of snow sitting on top of them. And remember, we did get a little moisture during the day and things like that to create perhaps some icy conditions there. So be careful with that weather and things out there today. And like I said, any of our delays and closures, we'll keep them updated for you on the radio. Also on our Facebook page, I've been updating that since 5-something this morning as I've been getting in the details and updates there and been posting there and updating. So you can, and as you share it, I've been updating the actual post, so it updates all across the board when I update it. So when you share it or other entities share it, it also updates there too. So keeping it up to date as best I can there as I get those in. As far as the weather goes, it's cold is the name of the day. You know what? Let me do this real quick. Here's our rundown. We do have show today. Probably a lot of stuff on the phone. Now we're scheduled to have our legislators from Santa Fe give us a call in just a little bit, give us an update on what's going on in Santa Fe during the legislative session. In the 8 o'clock hour, Lori Schatz with Schatz Productions, Kiwanis Club of Roswell, she's going to phone in. She initially was going to come in, but we decided a day or two to go to make this a phoner. So she's going to call in and give us an update about the Ted V. Hill concert coming up here, the John Denver Tribute Show, and other things going on there. And then we don't have a guest in the 9 o'clock hour, so I was going to replay an interview with Andrew Moore we had yesterday from the Roswell Chamber, talking about upcoming events and things like that. So that's kind of the rundown for today's show. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and take a look at that weather and get you up to date on what more to come we have here. Don't go away.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure and a cold front slowly moving out of our area. We could get some lingering snow showers this morning. A little bit of clearing this afternoon, but it will stay very cold. Our afternoon high only in the mid-20s and breezy. Partly cloudy overnight, single-digit lows, and our wind chill could drop below zero. And then we'll get sunshine on Friday. Not as cold with our high near 35. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 9 degrees. That's right. We're right here sitting at 9 degrees in Roswell. Humidity is at 70%. Winds are out of the north at 9 miles per hour. The winter storm warning is still in effect. That will remain in effect through noon today. They do say there is a 20% chance that we could see a little bit more snow here before 9 a.m. this morning, but for the most part, we're done with the snow. Well, they say it's sunny as can be and clear right now, but they say mostly cloudy for the day. But our high is supposed to reach 25, so not a lot of melting happening today. Winds will be out of the north at 10 miles per hour. Tonight, could see some patchy freezing fog in the early evening hours, maybe up to midnight. Partly cloudy. It's going to be chilly. Overnight low of 6. Winds will be out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you Friday, some more patchy freezing fog in the morning, but sunny for the day, and highs into the mid to upper 30s, 38 for a high on Friday. But with the wind chill values, it's still going to feel like 0 out there. Winds will be out of the north at around 5 miles per hour. So even with that low wind, it's going to be cold. Friday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 9. Northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. And then looking at your weekend, sunny for Saturday, highs near 50, 49 officially with southwest winds 5 to 10. Saturday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 20. We'll be in the low 50s on Sunday, sunny and 52. And looks like we'll start that way on Monday as well, even maybe seeing 60 by Tuesday. Wednesday time frame of next week. We'll see. We'll never know. But as far as the latest go here, once again, on school delays and closures, Roswell Independent School District is closed today for school. Artesia Public Schools closed today. Hagerman Schools are closed today. Lake Arthur, the remote learning buildings are closed today, but I believe they're on a remote learning schedule. Otherwise, ENMUR is closed. The campus closed today. Head Start for Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad all are closed today. Dexter schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning, as is Dexter Head Start, 2-hour delay. Carlsbad schools on a 2-hour delay this morning. New Mexico State University, Carlsbad will open at 10 a.m. this morning. Hobbs schools, 3-hour delay this morning. Lovington schools also on a 3-hour delay this morning. So that's what the latest and greatest is here. Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. Like I said, we're scheduled to have some of the legislators call us in a little bit. We'll see if they are able to do that this morning. But in the meantime, take a quick commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hi, I'm Dennis Kintai, Mayor of Roswell. Since becoming mayor in 2014, we've accomplished a lot. We've cleaned out numerous derelict structures that spoil our neighborhoods. We've constructed a state-of-the-art aquatic center. We have built 2 new splash pads in city parks for families to enjoy. We have invested over $25 million to revitalize our air center. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the city of Roswell has stayed open and free while we work to ensure everyone's safety. Today, we are under attack from those trying to impose Santa Fe values on our way of life. I will always fight to keep Roswell values front and center. We've done a lot, but there's more to be done. I'm asking you to vote to keep me, Dennis Kintai, as your mayor on March 1st. Together, we can keep Roswell free. This is Dennis Kintai, and I approve of this ad.
For over 40 years, Sierra Blanca Motors here in Roswell have been providing locals with quality vehicles and are committed to providing you quality vehicles and service for many years to come. No sales gimmicks, no inflated pricing, just a quality pre-owned vehicle listed at retail pricing or less. Have a used vehicle to sell? Get top trade-in value or an amazing cash offer today. Let Danny or Jose provide you a great car buying experience. Call 575-622-7907 or stop by Sierra Blanca Motors at 720 South Main Street in Roswell. Se habla español.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Qualified first-time freshmen who have graduated from a New Mexico high school and have an annual family income of $50,000 or less will have base tuition and fees for full-time enrollment covered for the 22 to 23 academic year. Application deadline is March 1st. The Lobo First Year Promise at the University of New Mexico. Find out more at promise.unm.edu.
Have you ever just been tired? I'm not talking about sleepy tired, more like my mom used to say, sick and tired. It seems like I've been meeting a lot of people lately who are just tired. They're tired of their jobs, of politics, of rising inflation and paychecks that have stayed the same, tired of doing school and work and everything at home instead of somewhere else, and they're certainly tired of COVID. The stress on us because of where the world is right now is high, and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Often I'm asked by people who are tired if there's any secret to getting rid of the tired. My answer is simple, but simple doesn't always mean easy. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." That's my simple answer. Give your burdens and all those things that make you tired to the one who can handle it. His shoulders are broad enough to carry your burdens and to hold you up when you're tired. It's taken me a while, but I think I finally figured out that my shoulders are not near as broad as his. I just need to learn to give up trying to carry everything by myself.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
When I'm ready for new furniture, I don't want to wait for it. I go to Glenn's Furniture, where everything is ready for immediate delivery. Beautiful power reclining furniture, gorgeous dining room sets and bedroom sets, and the world's most comfortable mattresses. Glenn's has the quality furniture I'm looking for at the best prices around, in stock and ready to go home. So don't wait around. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, delivering for free since 1953.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit nationalguard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Haven't heard from our legislators yet. They may be a little busy this morning, or we'll see. I'll keep the phone lines open in case they call in here in the next little bit. But, yeah, if you're just waking up, we got some snow this morning. Do have some closures, delays. But as far as snow totals, we may have got an inch in Roswell, and I'm being generous. I'm going to say more probably close to 3/4 of an inch of snow there. And depending, I imagine certain parts of the area got a little more than others. But for the most part, maybe an inch after it's all said and done. But it is cold out there. And like I said, be careful if you're driving out and about. There are, of course, the delays, closures, schools. Roswell Independent School District is closed today, as is Hagerman Schools, Artesia Public Schools. Lake Arthur Remote Learning Building is closed today. ENMUR closed today. Head Start for Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, all closed today. Dexter Schools on a 2-hour delay this morning. Dexter Head Start also on a 2-hour delay. Carlsbad Schools on a 2-hour delay this morning. New Mexico State University Carlsbad will open at 10 o'clock this morning on a delay. Hobbs Schools, 3-hour delay. Lovington Schools on a 3-hour delay as well. Tanner Hardar, if you're watching our video stream this morning, he's got the little scroll ticker dealy across the top of the screen, and we'll keep that updated if any changes do come to our list here. But that's what I got at the moment right now. As far as I know, last night I heard Chaves County government's going to open up on a 2-hour delay. I haven't heard a change there. I hadn't seen anything yet from the city, but I haven't looked early this morning. I looked late earlier, and there was nothing updated. Let me see if they've got anything on their end. Doing it real time, sorry. Not having it right up and handy here. I'm kind of juggling a few balls this morning. My apologies. Let's see here. Anything new? Yeah, it looks like nothing new from the city as far as delays, closures, anything on their Facebook page at the moment. So, but yeah, last I saw, Chaves County was going to be a 2-hour delay this morning there. So if you got to go to the county admin building for any services or there, they're going to be on a delay this morning. But yeah, like I said, the weather's kind of, I just checked. Let me go. I was at NM Roads a little bit ago. Let me see if there's been any updates. I doubt there has. Yeah, they're saying, like right now I'm looking at the map on NM Roads, and it's pretty much green for a good hunk of, Roswell area. It's green pretty much till you get past Artesia, halfway between Artesia and Carlsbad. The green, which means fair driving conditions on the map, changes to yellow, which is classified as difficult driving conditions under here. So if you're heading towards Carlsbad, that area, once you pass Artesia, you might see a little bit worse condition roads there. If you're heading west, like going towards Ruidoso, that area, fair driving conditions till you get about to the Hondo Valley there, and then it changes over to difficult driving conditions. If you're continuing to head west, you're going to start seeing some severe driving conditions in the Carrizozo areas and things like that. Up in Ruidoso and all of that, it's showing difficult driving conditions. And as far as road closures, not a whole lot of that in our area. With the one I'm seeing that's kind of in southeast New Mexico is down by Hobbs. New Mexico 322 around mile marker 2, which is looks like it's west of Hobbs there, just west of Hobbs there is closed due to weather conditions, things like that. But That's all I'm seeing on the NM Roads website right now. If you do have to go traveling around the state today or outside of the area, definitely consult nmroads.com. That's New Mexico Department of Transportation's road conditions update website. And they update it, I don't know, a couple times an hour or something like that. I don't know. They're pretty on top of it as far as that. But, yeah, if you're traveling, especially if you're heading west, well, anywhere but east. If you're going north, you want to check the roads. If you're going south, you definitely want to check the roads. If you're heading west, it looks like the farther east you go. Because once we get past like Tatum and that area, it looks like we're not even in any kind of weather-related driving conditions there. So that's what I'm looking at there. But around town, as I mentioned, it's kind of snow-packed and icy, especially side roads, back streets, ones that don't see a lot of traffic. They're going to be snow-packed, icy. Little caution. Be careful. Don't hot dog down there. Once you get on the main roads, traffic is kind of broken up a lot of those. Stay in the lanes. That's the tricky thing is when you get that, because people, the one lane gets heavier traffic than the other, and then you get the tired ruts, and you stay in the tired. These we don't have a whole lot of that out there. You'll see some of that on some of the main roads, especially this morning. But as traffic gets heavier and things like that, I imagine that'll ease up a little bit. But unfortunately, with temps being not getting very warm here, I mean we're not getting out of the 20s today. I don't see a lot of melting. Of course, if we're getting sun, that might help a little bit. They keep saying it's supposed to be cloudy today, but I don't see any of those. I can't even see a cloud out my window right now. I just see sun and blue, which I'm not complaining. That bodes well. But anyway, it's difficult. And like I said, if school's closed, you don't have to be out today. Stay home. Go read a book. Go watch a movie. Get you a big old cup of cocoa. Kick back. Enjoy your snow day. Unfortunately, kids, you're not gonna have good snowball fights or nothing. I didn't get a chance to touch and check out the snow to see if it's good snowman or snowball fight snow. Did not. You know what? I think maybe I'm off. I haven't done any science projects on this, but I think the snow back east is a little bit better for those kinds of things. I think like skiing, the snow's better here. The farther west you go, not just because of the mountains, but I think because of the elevations and things, snow tends to be more powdery in this neck of the woods compared to back east, or at least in mid-Atlantic, Maryland, D.C. area where I grew up. Because generally speaking, the snows, I mean, once in a while we got a little powdery snow, but for the most part, it's that thick, wet snow, which is ideal for making snowmen, snowballs, and snow forts. The powdery snow you can't compact it as well. It tends to fall apart. And if you try to make a good snowball with it, usually it breaks apart by about 10 feet out of your hand. Whereas that East Coast snow, it's much more wet, dense. It's not as good for skiing. Skiing's not nearly as good on that stuff. But if you need snowball fighting or snowman making or snow person this day and age, I don't want to get in trouble. Snow's good for that. But unfortunately, not a whole lot of snow out there today, and I'm guessing it's probably not the best stuff. But hey, you got time? Get out there in your front yard or backyard and see what you can make happen with that snow out there. I was like half the fun. I remember as a kid, because Maryland, D.C. area is they're not equipped to handle snow either. They get a little more snow than you see here, but it doesn't see snow like say New England sees snow, or certainly Great Lakes area, all that stuff. But Maryland, D.C., Virginia area is right there, kind of. I mean, I don't. It's kind of smack dab in the middle, sort of on the East Coast there. So that area's always been kind of unaccepted by either side. Like growing up in Maryland, people from Pennsylvania North called me a hick or redneck Southerner, whatever you want to call it. And people from Virginia on South called me a Yankee. So we're the children that no one accepts. And it's when I got married, when I was dating my wife and all of that, of course, she's got family all throughout Texas and here in New Mexico. And her father's side, the Texas clan, they kind of gave me a hard time as a Yankee and all. And from their perspective, a Marylander certainly is a Yankee. But then I got him. I was like, well, yeah, you guys call me a Yankee, but your friends in Virginia or friends in Pennsylvania, they think I'm you guys. So I don't know. And I think it all started because they didn't like the way I ate my cornbread. I buttered it weird or something, and they got all, well, look at this. You know how they do when you're not the one in the room there. So I've been dealing with that all my life. But weather-wise, I got sidetracked, is kind of the same way because we don't get the weather New York and Pennsylvania and those states up north of the area got. They're much more equipped, to deal with snow and things like that, where DC area isn't. I mean, they got sand or salt. They use salt there. They got the little pyramids all over the DC area filled with salt. I'm assuming, they fill them up afterwards. But and so they'll get those out to a point, but people tend to not know how to drive. And DC's a very busy traffic area. I don't know the stats, but I think if you take the Baltimore, D.C. area, between them and like L.A., it's like neck and neck as far as driving traffic and all that. They're both equally bad. But when you get that many people, and then you got a place that doesn't know how to handle snow, so they probably would have closed down everything there too for an inch of snow. It's just that's what they do. And then it's the same problems. You have the stores clear out, BMTP. I mean, Maryland is that example. I feel like you go up to say, I don't know, Buffalo, New York, or someplace like that. Like they just laugh at this, That's like, well, we just call that Tuesday, man. Come on, you know what I mean, or whatever. It's just another typical day here. So Maryland is not that way. If you think you have the image of those folks up in that area, be like, oh yeah, they know how to drive in snow. They get snow, and no, they do not. They get snow, but not like they get up north. But occasionally, and this is what I was saying as a kid, one of the blizzards, like 80, I think 86 was a blizzard year. I always remember because as a kid growing up, I remember all the news, winter storm 86 and winter storm 88. It was every couple of years we get one, and then we get a snow, and it'd be like a foot. But most of the time, if we got a snow with a couple inches, and that was, once or twice a season, that was about it. But every once in a while, we get a doozy blizzard. And it's usually from Maryland, D.C. area. It was always late. Like, they don't get their worst weather like in December, January. It was like February, March, even as late as April sometimes. The worst storms I remember in the D.C. area growing up were always later storms, like February, March time frame. I don't know what it is, but they would get them like, it was always like you're starting to think about spring and get out, and then they'd have one last hurrah over there, be like, but wait, let me hit you with 12 inches of snow real quick, and everyone loses their ever-loving mind and goes on about their day on everything. It's kind of funny. But that's how I grew up. I remember D.C. area got hit with, like, the first huge snowstorm I remember was they had a blizzard in 77, I think it was. Yeah, it was before my brother was born. He was born in 78. So this was 77. And I'm going to say the D.C. area got between 2 and 3 feet of snow. And I was approximately 4 or 5 at the time. I was young. And I remember where the snow was like almost over my head. It was that point where, like, I think it, if I remember right, it was like up mid chest, like above above the pectoral muscles there, but below the neck. So somewhere like right in that area. As a kid coming up and being in the snow, and I remember it was crazy. My dad, and somewhere in my stack of pictures in an archive somewhere in a box somewhere in my house, there's a picture of me in that snowstorm. And my father at the time owned a Volkswagen station wagon, if you remember those. It was blue, and it just like the Volkswagens, it had the engine in the back at the time, and I remember Dad got some miles out of that thing. I remember we took it to Kansas one time, and they breaking down in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, but anyway, Dad had that car, and I remember that it was snowed in, and so he threw me up on the hood or the roof, I don't remember, of the car, and just basically plopped into the snow. And and you could see on the roof of I think I'm on the hood, but you can see on the roof of the car, there's like 2.5 feet, 3 feet of snow just sitting on top of it. So I'm literally buried in the snow. But that's like my first snowstorm memory, is that one in '77. But they're bad. New Mexico, we're people are, they're no better back there. Trust me. They drive just as horribly over those areas. All right, it is 7:36. Let's go ahead and pause for some local news. Kim Commando update, and then we'll give you an update. I'll do a double check, see if there's been any changes on weather delays or closures, and give you the latest on that, too. So 7:36, let's pause for local news. Your Kim Commando update. We'll be back on the other side.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Golfers and other citizens of Roswell are encouraged to attend a community meeting to share ideas for the future of the city's Nancy Lopez Golf Course at Spring River. The public meeting is scheduled for Monday at 6 p.m. to ensure enough room to accommodate those who would like to attend. The meeting will be held at the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center. Those attending will have the opportunity not only to share their ideas and other input to improve the golf course, but also to meet the course's new golf pro and learn about new offerings being planned. Roswell police continue looking for a missing woman and her infant daughter. The woman is 32-year-old Agnes Silva. The child is 8-month-old Alea Granado. They're both from Roswell and were reported missing to the police department on February 1st. However, they were last seen on January 19th in Roswell. You can see pictures of both on the Roswell PD Facebook page. It's not known what they might be wearing now, but they could be traveling in a silver 2000 Honda Civic 4-door passenger car. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
The Spotify Joe Rogan Neil Young affair has turned into a genuine fiasco. Spotify has issued a so-called misinformation policy that no one can understand. And speaking of no one, that's about the number of people who actually care about 2 or 3 aging rockers moving all their music to other streaming platforms. I'm Kim Commando with an idea to solve it all, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. Let's start here. Instead of companies issuing indecipherable policies dictating what opinion-based podcasters and talk hosts can or cannot say about COVID, let them say whatever they want to. There are millions of places to seek out government stance, legitimate medical advice, and political opinions. So let everyone have their say, and let us, the people of this country, choose what to believe. As for Neil Young, when did he become the guardian of COVID truth? He writes songs and sings, for heaven's sake. Get tech news at Commando.com.
I know we probably have a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners listening right this very second. The Commando community is a hardworking group, so today I want to share a tip that will help your business run even more efficiently. Are you ready? Ditch the laser printer and get an Epson EcoTank Pro. This durable printer is my top pick for small businesses. No more being stingy with your marketing materials or the beautiful project plans you've cooked up. The EcoTank Pro uses big ink tanks and comes with a ridiculous amount of ink, so you can print in vibrant color without ever buying pricey toner cartridges again. Spend that money on something else to power your business. Maybe a nice espresso machine. Employ indoor skydiving. Schedule a brainstorm. The Epson EcoTank Pro. Just fill and chill. Pick up your EcoTank Pro at Amazon, Dell, Micro Center, and at Epson.com/EcoTankKim.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 740. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure and a cold front slowly moving out of our area. We could get some lingering snow showers this morning. A little bit of clearing this afternoon, but it will stay very cold. Our afternoon high only in the mid-20s and breezy. Partly cloudy overnight, single-digit lows, and our wind chill could drop below zero. And then we'll get sunshine on Friday. Not as cold with our high near 35. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, let me get the weather here. I'm sorry, multitasking again. Currently, 9 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 70%. Winds currently out of the north at 9 miles per hour. Winter storm warning will remain in effect through noon today, but I think the worst is behind us as far as snow goes. Our next little hurdle will be temperatures. We are looking at a 20% chance seeing some more snow showers before 9. Remember, there's an 80% chance we won't. I think we're done. It's pretty sunny and clear out there. But only a high of 25 today, so it's not going to warm up a bunch. But north winds at 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some patchy freeze and fog before midnight. Otherwise, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 6 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're looking at some patchy freezing fog before 9 a.m. Friday morning. Sunny, highs expected to hit 38, but wind chill values as low as 0. Winds out of the north at around 5 miles per hour for the afternoon. Friday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 9. Yeah, continuing with the cold Friday night. Northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny for your Saturday with a high of 49, so creeping up there a little bit warmer. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Saturday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 20, which is way better than 9. And then Sunday, sunny, a high of 52. It's mostly sunny, 51 on Monday there. So we do have some cold weather coming, but it looks like as far as snow totals and all of that go, that is I think we're about done for now on this one. Let me see here. I'm updating my my list of closures right now. I just found a new one to update. Carlsbad schools, they were on a 2-hour delay. They are now closed. So I'm kind of updating the Facebook page right now as I'm telling that to you. So give me a second here and I'll give you the rest. But again, trying to multitask poorly, as I usually do. Ask my wife, she knows. All right, here's the latest and greatest on what I know right at this moment. Of course, Roswell Independent School District closed today. Artesia Public Schools closed today. Hagerman Schools closed today. The Lake Arthur remote learning buildings are closed today. ENMUR is closed today. Carlsbad Schools now closed today. Also, Head Start for Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad all closed. Dexter Schools still on a 2-hour delay. Dexter Head Start also on a 2-hour delay. Have not heard an update from NMSUC. They're still on a 2-hour delay to my knowledge. I'll keep an eye on that one. Hobbs Schools, 3-hour delay. Lovington Schools on a 3-hour delay as well. So that's what I've got right now. You know what? Let me, I'm kind of going through and scanning this. Chaves County Magistrate Court is closed today. Courts in Artesia are closed today as well. I saw that on there. Let me see, just kind of scrolling through. Cloudcroft Municipal Schools are closed today. I'm kind of looking at KRQE's updated list there and trying to weed out the stuff. Folks, if you have to go to NMU Portales, they're on a 2-hour delay this morning. But if you're going to NMU, the Lincoln County campus in Ruidoso, that is closed today. Let's see, what else am I looking at here? Hagerman Schools, I mentioned they're closed. Hobbs still on the 3-hour delay. Hondo Valley Schools, they're closed today. Remote learning only for those folks. Let's see, any others here? Like I said, Lake Arthur, remote learning only. The remote learning buildings are closed today. Sorry, Lovington still on a 3-hour delay. Let's see. Apologize. I'm going through the list as we're going through. So, and then I'm going to make noise because I can't stand dead air. Let's see. New Mexico Tech's on a 2-hour delay if you got anybody that's heading that way. Portales schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning. Of course, like I said, Roswell's closed. No mention of Ruidoso on here. As far as the school district goes, no, I don't see it on here. They haven't updated the list, or they're not on the list. And I think that pretty much covers it for us in this area as far as the list I'm seeing right here, as far as delays, closures, things like that go. Let's do this. It is 7:45. Let's go ahead and get you into your Chaves County Sports Report with Eric Butler, your Town Hall Business Update, quick break as well. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the boys and girls small school basketball teams around this area, including the Hagerman boys, who are now 15-1. They'll be taking on Jowl at home Friday night at 7 o'clock. Jowl is 14-3. In fact, Hagerman's only loss was at Jowl, 38-31. So that should be good. Now, Gateway Christian's boys don't have a good record. They're 2-13, but they did win a district game the other night against Floyd, 45-23. So they're 1-1 district play. They're playing tonight at 7 o'clock against Elida. Also tonight at 6 o'clock, boys hoops, NMMI against Tucumcari, NMMI's district opener. Girls basketball, Dexter 12-4 Friday night at Eunice, who is 12-5. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The number of Americans looking to start their own business is on the rise as the coronavirus pandemic creates opportunities for some would-be entrepreneurs. People are starting their businesses for many reasons. Some lost their jobs during the pandemic. Others decided to make their side hustle their main occupation. There were 5.4 million applications for business tax identification numbers filed in 2021, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, surpassing the previous peak in 2020 of 4.4 million. Airline and tourism groups are pushing to eliminate the government requirement that international travelers provide a negative test for COVID-19 before boarding a U.S.-bound plane. They believe the testing rule is discouraging people from booking international trips. On Wall Street, the Dow up 224 points, the Nasdaq gained 71, and the S&P 500 rose 42 points. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Have you ever just been tired? I'm not talking about sleepy tired, more like my mom used to say, sick and tired. It seems like I've been meeting a lot of people lately who are just tired. They're tired of their jobs, of politics, of rising inflation and paychecks that have stayed the same. Tired of doing school and work and everything at home instead of somewhere else, and they're certainly tired of COVID. The stress on us because of where the world is right now is high, and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Often I'm asked by people who are tired if there's any secret to getting rid of the tired. My answer is simple, but simple doesn't always mean easy. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." That's my simple answer. Give your burdens and all those things that make you tired to the one who can handle it. His shoulders are broad enough to carry your burdens and to hold you up when you're tired. It's taken me a while, but I think I finally figured out that my shoulders are not near as broad as his. I just need to learn to give up trying to carry everything by myself.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
If your car breaks down, no need to cry, because there's always a pal nearby at Big O. At Big O Tires. Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires. Don't need to sweat any extra labor. You can always trust a good neighbor at Big O. At Big O Tires. The best service is part of our code. Need a cup of sugar? We're down the road at Big O. At Big O Tires.
You can trust the team at Big O Tires for great service and even better deals. Come in today and get a $70 reward card on select Michelin tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price, not to exceed $35 where permitted. Void where prohibited. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer. See store for details. Some stores in Missouri, Minnesota, and Kansas are company owned.
Austin Industrial is currently seeking a janitorial staff position to work in the Holly Frontier Refinery. You will be responsible for cleaning and sanitizing offices, meeting rooms, bathrooms, kitchen and dining room, and public areas. No minimum education requirements are needed, no experience is required, and pay is $13.50 an hour for this full-time 40-hour-a-week position. Apply at austin-ind.com or call Miss Cookie Look at 832-657-3385. Austin Industrial is an equal employment opportunity employer.
Time to double up and save at Roswell Honda.
Double your refund.
That's right. Roswell Honda wants to double up your tax refund up to $4,000 towards your next vehicle. And with clearance prices across the lot, you can walk in, double up, and drive away today in a 2014 Yukon for just $379 a month, a 2014 Civic for just $249 a month, or a 2017 Escape for just $199 a month. Zero down, no payments for 4 months, free AirPods with a test drive, and double your refund.
Time to double up.
On now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 52 minutes after 7 o'clock. Sorry if I burst a birthday bubble there. At least you got a snow day. It's your birthday today. Yeah, we got weather. I've been doing updates. Nothing new since I talked to you a couple minutes ago here. But I've been keeping our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook page. I've got a post on there with the delays and closures. I've been updating that as I've been getting them in. The most recent addition or change to that was Carlsbad School's now closed. They were on a delay earlier. Have not seen anything new from NMSUC yet, but I'll take a look here at the news break in just a few minutes on that. I was hot earlier. I got here early and of course knew it was going to be single digit temperatures and things like that. So I kind of said, you know what, I should probably bundle up today. It's going to be a little chilly. Well, over the Christmas holiday. I went back to Virginia, Maryland, D.C. area and got to see some family. Hadn't had a chance to do that pre-COVID and everything else. So I got to do that over the Christmas break. And, of course, my brother, as he does, took me to the Washington Capitals NHL hockey team, their practice facility there in Northern Virginia. We'd visited there. He's taken me there a couple times. Usually when I get off the plane, weirdly enough, because it's kind of in the area. Usually I fly into Reagan National Airport, which is kind of the airport that's in D.C. But anyway, I flew in there, and so he took us over to the Caps practice facility, and I got to go to their pro shop and everything. But I did, while I was in there doing some shopping, because that's where I've gone for the last couple times to pick up my Washington Capitals gear, because I like to wear that. And I found this awesome hooded sweatshirt there. I love it. I got it ginormous big because I don't know why. It's made sense at the time I did it. But it's a thick hoodie, and I got it. It's behind me on the chair here for those watching the video. It's this one right here. And so this morning I was like, I'm going to don this and don my coat and have everything else. And this thing's warm, and I've been wearing it. I got here, I don't know, sometime in the 5 o'clock. I don't remember even what time that was. But anyway, I've been wearing it up until about 20 minutes ago. And I was sitting here doing the show, and that thing works because I was, and I got to be honest, this building, it was having little heat issues earlier and stuff. So I was like, oh, it's going to be a little crisp. And it's still crisp in here, but I was sweating. Like my head was sweating like I had just eaten the hottest green chili sweat. And I'm like, you know what? I'm taking this off. So I have a T-shirt underneath. So I'm now sporting a T-shirt in here. And even though it's 9 degrees out right now, but this, and I love this sweatshirt. It feels soft. It wasn't built for people living in New Mexico. It's just not. This is made for someone who's used to colder weather or something, but I love it. And I was hoping, I'm still going to wear it today. I was hoping to just wear it around inside, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's just a bit too warm for my liking. Speaking of warm, this is what I said, the heat of my head to chili. So I don't know if y'all, I was talking the other day on the show. My wife and I went to La Grande Victoria, had dinner on Saturday over there, but they have great food. Go over there, check it. They have awesome food. But I noticed they had homemade salsa, big jars of homemade salsa, and big mason jars of them. And I was like, I think I want me one of them. So I bought one. It's a big one. It's not, I don't know. It's bigger in quart. I don't know. Maybe it's a half-gallon size of thing. I don't know, but it's bigger than like the quart ones. It's like the family size, like mayo jar you see on the store shelves. Not the normal size one, but the one slightly bigger. That's the one. But anyway, it's like a jar about that big full of the salsa. Well, I tried it for the first time last night. I had an opportunity. I said, oh, yeah, I got that new salsa. Let me throw it on. And I should have known. I took off the mason jar and opened it up, and I stuck my honker right down there and gave it a big old smell. And it burned the nostrils in my hair. That should have been my first clue. But I was like, wow, that smells spicy. And then my wife said, oh, yeah, she gave a whiff. Said, yeah, and then she stuck her spoon in and tried just a smidge. And she was like, oh, yeah, and it builds. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I grabbed a big heaping spoonful, just threw it on I made omelets last night. We had omelets because we felt like it. And so I threw it on the omelet. It was tasty, but oh my, and I just used one spoonful and it lit my butt up. I was sweating. My nose was just running like a champ. I could feel the sweat on top of my head and my neck. And next thing you know, I'm sitting there eating. Next thing you know, I feel a trickle of sweat just fall down the side of my face. I'm like, yeah, this stuff's hot. Oh man, it's good, but a little goes a long way. And so I'm going to have that a while because it's a big jar. And if I try to put more than a spoonful on anything, I can't handle it. It's just too hot, but it's tasty. So if you are a hot connoisseur, that salsa they had, that was, it's almost like heat challenge hot. Like when people do the dumb, well, I'm one of those. The people who do this dumb challenge. It's like I ate it and I was like, it was the part where I'm like, I mean, it's just weird. Whoa, that was a good one. But it's tasty though. It's good. So I'm gonna, I got lit up last night, and I know I'm gonna be like, well, I need to stay away from that for a little bit. But I know in a week or two here, I'm gonna forget how bad it lit me up, and I'm gonna dig my spoon back in there, and it's gonna light me up again. I'm hoping my father-in-law comes to town anytime soon, because of all people I know in my family, he's the guy that rarely complains it's too hot. Like I've ate some stuff and it's hot. It lit me up, and he's like, "Oh, that's good," and I'm like, ah. So I want to see his reaction to this one because I think it's going to light him up too. All right, it is 8 o'clock. Time for some Town Hall News. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The top man at ISIS has been taken out by a U.S. Special Forces operation in northwest Syria overnight. In a written statement, President Biden says, thanks to the skill and bravery of our armed forces, we have taken off the battlefield Abu Ibrahim Qureshi. We expect to hear from President Biden shortly. There have been more than 4,000 flight cancellations so far. A massive winter storm has slammed the South and the Midwest before bearing down on the Northeast. The storm, packing a lot of snow, sleet, and freezing rain, has knocked out power to at least 100,000 homes and businesses. Winter storm watches and warnings posted for a long list of states from New Mexico to Maine. Russian President Putin has broken his recent silence on Ukraine. He's blaming the U.S. for fueling the crisis. Meanwhile, a former American diplomat familiar with Ukraine and Russia is optimistic that Putin will negotiate.
William Taylor, a former ambassador to Ukraine and Russia expert, told the Helsinki Commission during a hearing Wednesday,
I believe President Putin will blink.
Taylor added that the united front shown might have convinced Putin to negotiate.
The strong measures taken by Ukraine, NATO, and the United States appear to have deterred an invasion, at least for now.
Some 100,000 Russian troops are near Ukraine's borders. President Biden ordered 2,000 troops from the U.S. to Germany and Poland, while shifting 1,000 more to Romania from Germany, moves Russian officials said fueled military tension. Tim McGuire, Washington.
President Biden visits New York City today to talk about the surge in violent crime. He'll meet with Mayor Eric Adams, among others. Jobless claims fell 23,000 to 238,000 last week. Also falling, Wall Street stocks. The Dow down 284 points, while the NASDAQ is off 391 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Your pets have the same energy they used to? Do they have problems with itching, scratching, a dull coat, or goopy ears? Then your pets need Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
For over 20 years, pet owners have trusted Dinovite to supplement their pet's diet.
We started Dinovite, and in our first box, we noticed a difference.
Dinovite is an all-natural daily supplement made from whole foods that help support your pet's immune system, digestion, skin, and coat.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
Today's commercial pet foods are processed at high temperatures, which bakes out all the essential goodness. These processed foods can lack the essential vitamins, enzymes, and probiotics that contribute to overall good health. Adding a scoop of Dinovite to your pet's food bowl is the answer.
If you love your pets as much as I do, you want to do what's best for them to live long, healthy, happy lives. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. All 4 of them are on the Dinovite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
The Bank of England expected to raise interest rates again today, putting the United Kingdom far ahead of the rest of Europe and the U.S. in moving to tame surging inflation. Economists and investors expect the bank's Monetary Policy Committee to boost its key rate to 0.5%, the second increase in 3 months. That may lead the bank to start reducing bond holdings that it has built up since the global financial crisis more than 10 years ago to stimulate economic growth. Sweden is joining other European nations saying it will remove coronavirus restrictions. The Swedish Prime Minister says it is time to open Sweden again. The restrictions will be removed from Wednesday of next week. Sweden will allow people to return to restaurants with no limits on how many people can be there, how much space there should be, or opening hours. On Tuesday, neighboring Denmark took the lead among EU members by scrapping most of its restrictions. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. It's off to prison for a Florida man convicted of spreading terrorist propaganda.
A judge in Miami has sentenced Cuban-born U.S. citizen Jonathan Guerrero Blanco after he pleaded guilty in December of 2020 to attempting to provide material support to a designated terrorist organization. Blanco received 16 years in prison and a lifetime of supervised release. Federal investigators say he followed the Islamic State playbook, recruiting for ISIS, distributing videos, and translating materials into Spanish for his target audience. Prosecutors say his videos glorified violence and called for attacks in Spain. The FBI says the Lehigh Acres resident, who was in his early 20s, revealed his true identity and pictures of himself in online communications with covert employees, two of whom he pursued romantically. I'm Jennifer King.
One person is dead, others wounded after a shooting on a Greyhound bus in Northern California happened around 7:30 last night in Oroville. Suspect in custody. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Thank you, Tanner. Sean Smalls is he's actually doing his show from Casa de Sean. He's on the computers there doing his thing and keep people update on our sister station, 92.9 The Brand, doing his show this morning. So do the weather and all that. Plus he's got kids and there's no school, and so he's got the kids at the house there, and he's doing his show from there. So he's working remotely this morning. But I'm here in the studio. It's cold out. Stay warm. We got a plethora of closures, delays. If you haven't heard them by now, I'll give you the latest. Had a couple additions. NMSU Carlsbad and Carlsbad schools are both now closed. Roswell Municipal Courts are closed today as well. Those are a few changes and additions I've gotten over the last couple minutes here. So I'll give you the list here in just a few minutes. But yeah, we got closures, delays, cold out there. Currently a balmy 11 degrees here in beautiful downtown Roswell, New Mexico. I think we got maybe an inch, and I'm being generous. I think it's more close to half to 3/4 of an inch for most part what I'm seeing out there. But it is cold, and so you're going to see some snowpacked streets and things out there. Be careful if you do have to go out and about this morning. If you don't have to, stay home, man. Put an extra pot of coffee on and just kick back and enjoy the weather, man, or enjoy the indoors and day off, I should say. But if you got to go out, be careful out there. Consult nmroads.com if you're going to be making any trips outside of town here today. Just looked at it a couple minutes ago, and no real changes on there. Still showing fair weather driving conditions around the Roswell areas. That doesn't change over to difficult driving conditions. If you're heading south, once you get past Artesia, right between Artesia and Carlsbad, it kind of changes over to difficult driving conditions. If you're heading west, you got fair driving conditions till you get about to the Hondo Valley. Then it changes over to difficult driving conditions there. And then if you're, of course, heading north, not so much north and east. Like if you're heading the more east, they didn't get as much of the brunt of this. But if you're going north and west, then you're going to run into some problems. But again, nmroads.com is your best resource for up-to-the-minute road conditions throughout the state of New Mexico. So highly recommend you get on there. Let me give you what's on tap for this hour of the show. We'll do the weather here in just a few, and like I said, we'll do those the latest closures and delay listings here in just a few minutes. Then about about 8:15, 8:20 or so, we're going to have Lori Schatz with Schatz Productions and the Kiwanis Club of Roswell join us on the phone. Talking about Ted V. Hill concert. That's coming up February 19th. Still got time to get tickets, get an update on what's available as far as reserve seating and your VIP seating, what's left there, and we'll talk about the show and all that good stuff. So she'll join us on the phone here in just a little bit. But as far as that delay list and all of that good stuff, here is the latest on what I have. Like I said, a couple of changes in the last few minutes here to some of the others. As far as closures goes, they're still closed. They don't change those. But looking at the list here, of course, if you're just tuning in or have not heard yet, Roswell Independent School District is closed today. Hagerman Schools closed today. Artesia Public Schools are closed today. Lake Arthur's on remote learning, but the remote learning buildings are closed today. Eastern New Mexico University Roswell closed today. Head Start for Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad all are closed today. Carlsbad schools are now closed today. Roswell Municipal Courts are closed today, and New Mexico State University Carlsbad also closed today. Dexter schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning. Dexter Head Start also on a 2-hour delay this morning. Hobbs schools on a 3-hour delay, and Lovington schools also on a 3-hour delay this morning. So that's the latest as far as updates on weather, cancellations, and delays I have right now for folks in our area here. Of course, if you got your stuff and want to share it on our Facebook to get the public about your events, businesses, and things, if there's any weather, delays, closures related to that, please share it on our Facebook, get the word out. If you've got different youth groups, meetings, things like that going on, you can share it to our Facebook to get the word out to folks out on the that kind of stuff. Because I imagine there's going to be more decisions made throughout the day as they're deciding to have meetings and things like that. And as far as snow goes, I don't think we got to worry so much about more snow. I think our real issue is going to be cold. We're not used to cold, and with this cold, that's going to create some icy conditions, especially as if we do see any kind of melting today, which being a high of 25, I don't think we will, but the sun is out. And so that might create a little bit of melting, but as soon as that sun goes down tonight, that's going to start freezing back up again, whatever melting does have, if any. If not, you're still going to see some of those same driving conditions. But I'll tell you, with the cars and everything working the main streets now and getting that back down to pavement and wet roads, all that'll freeze over tonight if it's not freezing during the day. So even though it's sunny, even though the snow is done, still use caution and be careful and use good judgment on whether you have to be out on the roads or not here, especially earlier in the day here today. But even later in the day, as things start, the world starts coming out and looking for things to do, be careful. If you don't necessarily have to do it, maybe wait till tomorrow, wait till the weekend or something like that. But if you do got to go out, it's not horrendous. You can do it. Just be very careful. Be cautious. If you don't have snow driving experience, stay home. And people, well, how am I supposed to learn? Go to a parking lot and have someone who knows how to drive snow, teach you all the basics there, tell you how to skid, to turn into the skids, how to pump the brakes or not pump them depending on your car, how to do all that properly in the comfort of a abandoned parking lot or place where there's no vehicles. Don't try to get on the road here first time and not know what you're doing. It's not really wise. It's different. It's kind of, I always say it's kind of like driving a boat a little bit when you're driving in the snow and ice, particularly the ice, because you can't really stop on a dime. You can try, but ice will prevent that from happening. And much like a boat, I know a lot of us, we don't have a lot of boat drivers in this area because, well, we live in New Mexico. But if you do get in driving boats, you just can't stop on a dime with a boat or turn. It's the ebb and flow of the water, and you have to kind of meander it over in these directions, and then kind of slow it down and crawl in and drop anchor if you need to stop. But kind of driving a car on the ice is kind of the same way. You got to anticipate. You can't. You're spacing. You don't ride people's bumpers in the snow. You don't stop right behind them in the snow because you don't know if they're going to slip, slide, or whatever. So if you're getting at intersections and traffic lights, don't be riding up on people's bumpers like you normally do. Don't be, doing quick lane changes and things like that. You don't have to be going 10 miles over the speed limit either. Most people are going to be going under the speed limit. You don't need to go 2, but you don't need to go, 10 miles under if that's not what the flow of traffic is doing. Judge by with the condition of the road. But anyway, soapbox, got to stop. All right, Lori Schatz is going to call in here in just a few, but before we do all that, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure and a cold front slowly moving out of our area. We could get some lingering snow showers this morning. A little bit of clearing this afternoon, but it will stay very cold. Our afternoon high only in the mid-20s and breezy. Partly cloudy overnight, single-digit lows, and our wind chill could drop below zero. And then we'll get sunshine on Friday. Not as cold with our high near 35. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, let me get back to my weather. Sorry, I got about 20 things open right now. Currently, where's my weather? There it is. Currently 11 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 67%. Winds are out of the north at 14 miles per hour at the moment. We are still under the winter storm warning. That's going to remain in effect through noon today. They say we could see a 20% chance of some more snow showers this morning, mainly before 9. I don't feel too optimistic about that, but they say it's possible. Partly cloudy. They changed that. It was mostly cloudy. Now they went to partly cloudy. Oh, wait, there's a little puff of a cloud right there. Technically, they're right. Partly cloudy. High of 25 today, so not a whole lot of melting, but maybe with this sun, a smidge. North winds at around 10 miles per hour. Could see some patchy freezing fog after midnight tonight. Partly cloudy otherwise with an overnight low of 6. Winds will be out of the northwest at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. That patchy freezing fog will continue in the Friday morning hours till about 9 a.m. Sunny for the day, but highs only, they're not getting out of the 30s. 38 for a high tomorrow with wind chill value as low as 0, as in Coke Zero. Calm winds becoming north at 5 miles per hour Friday afternoon. Friday night, mostly clear. Once again, single digits for an overnight low, 9 for an overnight low Friday night with northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. And then looking at your weekend, a little warmer, sunny, 49, pushing 50 for a high on Saturday. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Clear skies with an overnight low of 20 Saturday night. And Sunday, low 50s, 52 under sunny skies there. So that will feel like summer compared to what we've got today and tomorrow. So believe it or not, you're going to want to look forward to 50-degree Saturday. All right, it is 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick 3.5-minute commercial break. We're going to get Lori Schatz on the phone talking all about the big concert coming to the Roswell Community Theater on February 19th. That's on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
This is Noreen Teal with the New Mexico Workforce Connection Centers with a special announcement. On Tuesday, February 8th, from 2 to 6 p.m., the workforce offices across the state will be hosting a rapid hire event. We will be conducting on-site interviews for multiple positions. Do you have a passion for helping others? Excellent customer service and communication skills? And are you looking for a career opportunity that offers benefits including paid holidays, insurance, and a retirement plan on day one? If you answered yes, then we want you. Please bring your resume, 3 professional references, and school transcripts to be considered for one of the many positions we have available. For more information, please call 800-303-3599.
It's scary how often we hear those police sirens lately.
Oh, this is the new normal under Mayor Dennis Kintai.
I just don't feel safe these days around Roswell, and I'm worried about our kids.
I know. It's very concerning. Murders are up 140%, and robberies are up 142% in the last 4 years under Kintai.
What?
Yeah, and assaults are up 263%.
That's unbelievable. And I heard the other day that Roswell pays their officers a starting salary $10,000 less than Hobbs and Carlsbad. No wonder we're having trouble hiring.
We need to fire Mayor Kintai and elect Tim Jennings as mayor.
Yeah, Jennings has a plan to hire 10 more officers, and he'll make sure Roswell pays competitively to recruit and retain our police force.
I know Jennings is going to build a substation in the high crime area. That'll help.
Tim Jennings, he's got my vote.
Mine too, because I know he'll keep Roswell safe.
Paid for by Tim Jennings.
Have you ever just been tired? I'm not talking about sleepy tired, more like my mom used to say, sick and tired.
It seems like I've been meeting a lot of people lately who are just tired. They're tired of their jobs, of politics, of rising inflation and paychecks that have stayed the same, tired of doing school and work and everything at home instead of somewhere else, and they're certainly tired of COVID. The stress on us because of where the world is right now is high, and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Often I'm asked by people who are tired if there's any secret to getting rid of the tired. My answer is simple, but simple doesn't always mean easy. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." That's my simple answer. Give your burdens and all those things that make you tired to the one who can handle it. His shoulders are broad enough to carry your burdens and to hold you up when you're tired. It's taken me a while, but I think I finally figured out that my shoulders are not near as broad as his. I just need to learn to give up trying to carry everything by myself.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
The Valentine's Day giveaway is on at Roswell Nissan. Roswell Nissan is giving away a 2-night getaway to Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino in Santa Fe, plus a $100 food voucher at the resort and a $400 Visa gift card. 1 entry for stopping by, 3 entries with a test drive or service, and 5 entries with a purchase. Drawing February 12th at 1, must be present to win. Plus, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and $2,000 guaranteed on your trade. There's a lot to love at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us on the phone this morning, talking Little John Denver this morning, Lori Schatz from Schatz Productions and Kiwanis Club of Roswell on the phone today. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
All this reminds me of my old life, so it's a little flashback.
Yeah. Every once in a while we get reminded, oh, yeah, it does snow every once in a while in New Mexico.
Right, exactly. It's funny. I'm starting to become a desert rat, and I don't know if I like that or not.
Yeah.
30 degrees, and I'm like, oh, I'm cold. I'm like, oh, please. In Indiana, that's nothing.
Yeah.
The last year I was there, we had minus 45 wind chill factor. So when I went outside to take care of critters, all you saw were my eyes. I had looked like the Michelin Man, and I don't think I've done that once since I moved here. But 30 degrees and I'm whining, I'm cold.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh no!
I was a little better prepared this morning, but like when I left work yesterday, and I don't know why it wasn't as cold then as it was now, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it was just that slight wind. It was cutting right through me. And
what I was going to say is when we left, because I carpool with someone here in Artesia, when we left, it was the wind.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And I wore my Carhartt yesterday. I never wear my Carhartt anymore. So if you don't know what that is, I'm giving people clue, but it's,
we're in southeast New Mexico.
They don't call it TSC here. I mean, they do call it TSC on the sign. That's Tractor Supply Company. But every time I say I'm going to TSC, people go, well, what's that?
Yeah, I guess we don't. Yeah, we don't have the like. I used to do the same thing because in Maryland we used to have a bunch of restaurants called Old Country Buffet. And yeah. And so it was kind of usually it was reserved for 80-year-olds and gluttonous pigs like myself, but. But we always had the lingo. Hey, we're going to OCB, and everyone. Yeah. But then people would be like, "What's OCB?" Like Old Country Buffet.
Right? Yeah, I forgot about Old Country Buffet. I know what that is.
But I bet John Denver would appreciate a good Old Country Buffet.
Yeah, I bet he would too. I just talked to Ted the other day, so
I need to get with him. He left me a message the other day, and I was knee deep in candidate forum stuff. So maybe tomorrow I'm going to get on and start making some phone calls and getting some things done I need to get done. But today's not going to happen with the weather.
The forum. I listen to the forum. Of course, I can't vote because I don't live in your city. But
you are correct.
It does affect me because I work there. So
absolutely.
I spend half my time between the two cities, and I did listen to Artesia as well.
Yeah, they have a mayoral candidate form, which you can go back and check out, too, for folks in Artesia. Same place.
That's what I did.
Yeah, KSVPTV.com.
I listened to it the next morning. I listened to part of it live.
Gotcha.
And then as I was getting dressed to come to work, I listened to the other half. And that was kind of the same way with y'all. I made it all the way to, like, the second question of the mayor. And then I listened to the rest of it the next day.
Well, you did pretty good because it's about 3+ hours of information.
Oh, wow.
We got started right at 6, and I'm going to say it wrapped up about 9:10, 9:15 Tuesday night. So yeah, there's a lot of information there.
That Malia was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was there helping out and helping out with Leadership Roswell and the Alumni Association, and yeah, she enjoyed that. I saw some pictures online of her at various parts around the forum that night, and yeah, she was helping out quite a bit there. And as the front people were greeting, I was buried in wires in the front there. No one saw me, but.
Well, if people don't know, Malia is a 14-year-old that has a platform about volunteering.
Yes.
That volunteering is easy. Simply smile. She's all over, not just Roswell. She's done a lot of things in Artesia and a lot of things in Carlsbad, especially with the wildlife rescue there. So she's really out there, and she has a pageant this Sunday in Artesia, and it's the Miss Volunteer pageant. It's under the Miss America pageant.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's six to seven gals in her division. So it's going to be a lot of fun. They have to interview you, and I worked with her on her talent, so I'm kind of interested to see how that goes this time. So yeah, she's a really great individual. You all should be proud in Roswell of her.
I got a funny feeling here in a few years, not like tomorrow, but in a few years, we're going to be seeing like her name, running for city council or mayor, you know what I mean? Just involved in the community, just seeing her or heading up some major organization here in town. I could just see her name's going to be mentioned a lot as she gets older, I think, around in this community.
She will be introducing John Denver Tribute Show.
Oh, good.
Sorry, Ted. On November 19th, oh my goodness, February 19th. I feel like it's November, right?
It does kind of feel like today, yeah.
So it's February 19th, and I've already checked. It's supposed to be 63 degrees, people. So
welcome to New Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. We have VIP tickets are $40. Regular reservations are $30. And you're always the best supporter of our VIP because it's not just the best seats in the house, but you get a lot of extras for that little $10.
You get treated like royalty for $10 more. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I said I wasn't going to do it this time. And after the last concert, I got so many compliments, or I shouldn't say because I'm partnering with the Roswell Community Little Theater.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they just had a fantastic improv thing happen last weekend, so congrats to them.
Yep.
And then there's 4 Old Broads. Is that the next?
Yeah, that'll be coming up, I think, the last weekend of February and the first weekend of March. Those 2 weekends there. They'll be doing performances for that.
Thank you to the director of that show to give up her stage the Saturday before she opens, because that's how we're able to bring you the tribute to of John Denver.
Well, I'm sure the cast could use the bit respite because I'm sure they've got cracking the whip getting them ready for that play in February.
Right. They probably are because they've done so many things back to back now.
Yeah. They're keeping well. They got to because they got a roof to pay for. So that's why when we're talking about this Ted Vigil concert, their 4 Old Broad show, the improv show, they're using these proceeds for to fix that roof. That they have. The Community Theater undertook that building, 10 years ago or so. I don't know the date, but they've really done gangbusters with it since it closed down as the Park Twin. But with more assets come more responsibility, and they got to do shows and they got to do things to raise the money for the upkeep and cost of that building, and they desperately need a new roof here. So you coming out to enjoy the Ted Vigil, John Denver tribute, or 4 Old Broads, or any of their stuff, you're helping them do that. Kiwanis Club, they're using the proceeds, their portion of it. That's going to the all-inclusive park that's going to be built here. You may have seen it in the papers and on the news there. They've partnered with the city of Roswell, and Kiwanis has spearheaded the planning and kind of everything, and then they partner with the city as far as getting locations and doing all the red tape stuff to, put something in a community here. So, but we're in the fundraising part of that. So if you came out to our Swearingen and Kelly show back, that was in November.
That was November.
and then of course, come out to Ted Vigil here on February 19th, or any of those or Kiwanis Club, or you can donate direct to Kiwanis Club too if you can't make the show but like to help out with that. But all the proceeds for that. So the concert we're talking about here with Ted Vigil and John Denver, it's a fundraising event for the Kiwanis Club of Roswell and for the Community Little Theater, two great organizations that do a lot in the community. And I know just talking with the folks from the Community Little Theater, they've got big plans on the horizon as far as getting more involved, doing more just community-oriented events to get on people's radar more and to get people to education side. They're really going full court press on trying to, get the word out about what all the great things they're doing at the Community Little Theater there. So come enjoy.
Right. And Kiwanis, I need to announce, I did say that I would talk about the pancake breakfast.
Yes.
It is on a hold. It is on a hold for now. It goes back to, we're trying to rethink the old trick, right?
Sure.
Things have really changed since COVID, and sometimes you can't do what you used to could.
Yeah.
So you have to rethink it. So we're rethinking it, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's just on a little hold.
Okay.
We are, keep your ears and eyes open for Kiwanis. We're doing a big ask to different people, like you were just saying, if you want to give, we have letters going out and different things. So we're my point is, we're starting now, not just with these type of fundraisers, but with a lot of fundraisers for that all-inclusive park.
Absolutely.
I will tell you that any Kiwanian, and this will be news to them because they're going to get it on Tuesday, are going to get these envelopes. We're going to do what's called the Wall of Money at the concert. So as our fundraiser within the fundraiser.
Okay,
Last time we
cool.
did a silent auction. This time it's called the Wall of Money.
Okay.
There will be envelopes on the wall. They will have a dollar sign, and it will be 1 through 100.
Okay.
So $1, $2, $3. You can go up and pick any envelope you want, stick the money that correlates with that in the envelope, hand it to Malia because she will be there, and this is going to be her responsibility.
Oh, cool.
And that's where you can donate. Now, inside the envelope, there will be information about the park. So if you're like, hey, I only have $5 today, but I might be interested in giving more, you can go ahead and read about the park and at a later date.
Okay.
Be able to send in a little card that's in there.
Yeah.
And 10 out of 100, so you have a 10% chance.
Okay.
Have a card in there that say winner. And you could win like an Amazon gift card, a Golden Corral gift card, a bottle of wine. We have a lot of different things.
Very cool.
So if we can get 100 people to take all 100 envelopes and pay what's on the outside of that envelope, we could raise $5,000 in one day.
Awesome. Well, that's a great little chunk of change to go towards the project.
Yeah.
Good deal.
That's the newest fundraiser, and then that way, we try to do something new every time.
So is the plan to do all that at the event, or can you pre-purchase for that, or is that all done?
You can pre-purchase from any Kiwanian. They're all going to get 3 envelopes.
Okay.
And then what we don't pre-sell will be on the wall.
Gotcha.
And if you buy it prior and you get a winning envelope, you must come on February 19th to Roswell Little Theater to pick up your winnings.
Very good. Okay.
So you might as well buy a ticket and come in.
And while you're there, you might as well upgrade to the VIP and then visit the VIP room and have some hors d'oeuvres and snacks and maybe a bottle of wine or a glass. Oh, not a bottle. A glass of wine. It's time to party. No, a glass of wine.
And, of course, Tad's going to come out and pre-meet that audience of VIP.
Before the show there, he's going to come and meet.
The VIP room will be open at intermission as well. So if you didn't get a chance to go in prior, you can go in at intermission. And it will be for both shows, the 2 and 7 o'clock.
Yes.
You can go online RoswellTheater.com to purchase your tickets. All you do is it takes you right to the website. You'll see a picture of Ted, which looks like John Denver. Hit that. It'll take you to the seating chart. Make sure you look that you're buying your tickets at the time, the appropriate time that you would like to come. What comes up is the 2 o'clock show. If by some reason, Doug Austin, you click the wrong time, you can go ahead and just give me a call at 575-513-8119, and I will switch that for you. Or if you just want to talk to a person and order your tickets that way, you can also dial. Can we dial anymore? You can press in 575-513-8119, and I will gladly sell you some tickets to it. A lot of people rather talk to a person, and I'm more than happy to do that for you. I will tell you the 2 o'clock show, those VIPs are really going. I mean, last time there was a 7 o'clock show. This time it's the 2 o'clock show. I don't know if we have more out-of-town guests coming, if more Artesians heard about it. And are coming. I know last time, the ones that did come, it was great for Roswell because they came to VIP and then they went out to the restaurant. So they're spending their money in Roswell.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the VIP room, you're going to have nice refreshments, things, but it's not a full dinner in there. You know, if you're ready to do some serious eating, then take your date before or after to maybe a nice little romantic little place, depending on who your date is.
Yeah, that was like, but if you come with the girls, you might want to go.
I mean, if you're bringing, say your buddy, then maybe maybe back off on the romance a little bit, but make it fun.
Because of course you could use it as a post Valentine's present.
Well, and
it is 5 days after Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
so.
or make it a Valentine's Day gift by getting your tickets in advance. And then, maybe buy a little envelope or little fancy thing. And with your rest of your Valentine's Day presentation, you can have the pair of tickets sitting there for them for the show on the 19th. So,
and if anyone is interested in being a sponsor, you would be in the paper. Your logo would be in the paper, mentioned from stage. So, you can still be a sponsor for about another 5 days. We will be accepting anyone else that would like to step in and help sponsor the show. And that just makes the profit higher for the two groups that are trying to raise money. So you're really helping them out by doing that.
Absolutely. By the way, the 4 Old Broads dates are February 25th, 6th, and 27th. And then again, March 4th, 5th, and 6th. The 25th and 26th and 4th and 5th, those are Friday and Saturday evening performances at 7:30. On the 27th and March 6th, those are Sunday matinee performances at 2:30 p.m. You can get tickets, same place, Roswell Theater, theatre.com, and get tickets for that now. And that's a comedy.
And they will tell you, now, for those tickets, just so you know the difference, it will tell you times and days on the website, but that is a general seating. So there is no choose your seats.
Yeah.
But for ours, you get to choose your seats. The idea is we need to know how many people are coming for the VIP, obviously, and also we'd love to be sold out. And if we're sold out, we need to say, hey, we're sold out. We don't want to say, hey, come on down, and we don't have any seats available.
Yeah. Now, if you want to come on down and just bring money because you want to support a good cause, then we'd love to have you do that.
Come down to the money wall.
Yeah, come participate. Now I think about it, say all the tickets sell out. I just want the VIP part come in and eat some food. And just kidding.
I don't know. I have to think about that.
It's like, what? You still got some wine, don't you? I can come in for that.
Right. I don't know. That 7 o'clock show last time. Woo! They were enjoying for sure. Let's put it that way.
Good deal. But I guarantee it's going to be a fun. Make it your own event. Make it your own. Turn it into a thing. Make it a like it's the Ted V. He looks, sounds just like John Denver. He's going to be doing this tribute, kind of talking about the aspects of his life in between songs and various things, and how I'm sure Ted is connecting to John at this point. And it really is, if you're a fan of John Denver or you want to maybe expose younger folks to some of the works of John Denver, this concert's a lot of fun. And again, you're probably going to get a bunch of young people in there, and he's going to start playing off the riffs. I'm like, that's John Denver. That's John Denver. I mean, adults know, but younger kids probably hear all these songs all the time and don't realize that's a John Denver song. And
right.
And so, use it if you want to do that to make it a fun family event and all of that, great. But if you want to do something a little more like romantic or say, you know what, it's a special little thing between me and my special friend, and you want to do something, make it romantic, or maybe it's mom and dad, like kids driving me crazy, getting sitter, going to have an adult day, and that's what we're doing. But whatever it is,
having a snow day with the mom.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is. But this is the kind of stuff that we have in our community available for you to do that. And I ain't gonna lie, you ain't gonna see John Denver in concert anymore. This is the best we got.
That's over.
This is the
best. That's over.
But and Lori's right. It's scary how much he like I ain't gonna lie. I'm like he's like nervously look like he looks so much like John Denver. Like I'm thinking something either paranormal or weirdly biological.
Roswell.
I don't know. It's
John
just
Denver
like
himself.
It's like, was he created to be John Denver Jr.? I don't know. It's just it's too close to looking like him to makes me like, all right, what's going on?
Right. Well, and hopefully you'll get it. I talked to him, like I said, the other day at length, and I know that you guys have been in contact, so you'll get a chance. You might be able to ask him those questions.
I'm just curious. I wonder, does Ted know his parents and everything, or
I didn't ask him that.
Does he know his family history pretty good? Because I'm just saying, he might be related to that Denver family.
I know he's around the Nashville area right now. So.
Is he? Okay.
And he's coming here from Arizona, so he's doing a tour.
Okay.
We're the last stop on the tour.
Oh, okay. And then he heads back home to Nashville?
Yep, for a few days, and then he heads out again. So, yeah, he said that, obviously with COVID, things slowed down, and now things are really picking up. So
good for him. Well, that's life as a musician. They on the road again with Willie. That was probably more of a day in his life more than it's right.
Exactly. And Mike, let me tell you, this Sunday, I know that you're not thinking about coming to Artesia today, but if you're like, I got to get out, I just want to get out and about. Sometimes we all have to do that. The Altrusas here are having their smorgasbord, which is now an enchilada plate, drive-through only.
Okay.
So you can come to Artesia, and if you need tickets, you can use that same number, 575-513-8119, and I will get you all set up with tickets. They will have a few available at the door, but it will be limited because, of course, we have to buy the food, and we need to know exactly or close approximate.
Sure. You guys don't want to be stuck with a bunch of leftover enchiladas, so we want to get that right. Yeah.
And they are homemade enchiladas, and we make the sauce as well. That's what we will be doing on Saturday.
I will tell folks this. I have never had bad food from the Altrusa Smorgasbord. Everything's been delicious. Because that's kind of a tradition for Altrusa Smorgasbord. The Altrusa Smorgasbord is like an annual tradition in Artesia. It's just, it's that time of year. Oh, a time for smorgasbord. And yeah, like the original presentation of that is, you all come out, enjoy meals, sit in fellowship and have together. They would do to-go for busy people, but the idea was kind of get everybody come on out to, whichever, a lot of times it was at First Baptist Church, but wherever it would be at, and just socialize and gather and sit. And of course, Altrusa, this is one of their big fundraisers. And if you're not familiar with Altrusa, this is my definition of Altrusa. They're the charitable organization that helps out other charitable organizations. They're the ones that kind of, they don't necessarily put their iron in one fire. They kind of support the other charities in our area. And like, obviously the knives for the Altrusa, Artesia Altrusans, that's kind of one of their staple fundraising events. But really they use all that money in their work to kind of help build up and work with other charities to do good things in the community. That's kind of how they work. They don't necessarily take one by themselves and run with it. They kind of get on board and help others do their thing. Is that pretty close assessment?
That's a great way of describing it. The Haven of Hope, which is opening here or has opened, at least its first family is there. We were able to sponsor an entire wing or entire room because we have a foundation now. And so, so we end up doing things like that. We do Feed Artesia. We do a community project on Community Day. We've gone to Paws and Claws. So, you're absolutely spot on. We try to help other organizations that are nonprofits get their mission done.
Yeah. They kind of like fill the gap in the line. That's kind of what they do. It's like, hey, where's the help needed? That's where we'll go. That's kind of.
So, again, we're talking about having to rethink something. Smorgasbord, the traditional way, was not really doing it anymore.
Okay.
It was a lot of labor, was really hard because of health board. Of course, we're a different health board here at Betty County Health Board.
Gotcha, yeah.
And so we had to rethink it. And last year we resunk it with COVID and everything in mind, and this is what it came up with, and it really worked for us. And so this will be the second annual Smorgasbord Enchilada Plate.
Very cool. Well,
I keep the same name, everyone knows their Smorgasbord. So,
but if I remember right, they can get if you're interested in ordering some of the Altrusen knives, you guys will have that available.
We have a table outside.
Okay.
So as you're waiting for you drive up and give them your ticket, or you pay if you haven't paid yet, and then you drive to the next window. And when you drive to the next window, you sit right in front of where the knives are, waiting for your food.
Okay.
So you can either jump out, or last year I worked that station, and I would bring them up to the car, and you could look at them, and we sold several that way. So yes, and that's another tradition of the Altrusens here in Artesia. I know that some people thought that all Altrusa does that, but that's a tradition for Artesia to sell the knives and to do the smorgasbord. So come on down from Roswell and have an enchilada plate on Sunday. It's 11 to 1.
Yeah.
And then you can go on over and see Malia in her little pageant. That will be at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center. And Teo Chumbly is the director there for Miss Volunteer.
Well, there's an afternoon planned. You got lunch and a show afterwards.
There you go. A lunch and show. What more do you want?
And by the way, if you've never been to the Ocotillo, you make that an excuse to go check it out for the first time. That's a beautiful facility there in Artesia. It really is one of Artesia's gems, is that 200-seat theater. About 10, 12 years ago, they completely remodeled that building, and it went from kind of a big empty hole to this beautiful theater, and they get some great concerts and shows there. Obviously, COVID's put a damper on what can be done out there, but if you've never been to that theater, it's a beautiful theater. It's a beautiful place to see a show. Use this opportunity, maybe check out your first show there while you're there. So.
And I've heard, and I've not seen it yet, so I'm looking forward because I'm going to go watch Malia. They just redid their floors in the lobby, so I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Good deal. But in the meantime, Ted V. Hill, the man who looks, sounds, I don't know if he smells, I haven't yet, like John Denver, but he does definitely look and sound like him. But he will be here in Roswell for 2 shows only on February 19th. Both performances will be at the Roswell Community Little Theater. It's a 2 p.m. matinee show and then a 7 p.m. evening show. They are assigned seating. You can get reserved seats for just $30, or go ahead and shell out an extra $10 and get the VIP seating, where you will get preferred seating, which I'm not going to lie, that's not the perk, because every single seat in that theater is good. So regardless whether you sit in reserved or what they deem as the priority seating, all of those seats are good. So you're going to be fine there seeing the show. But the real thing is you get the VIP room. You get access to before, during intermission things, where you can go in, snack, mingle, and have a drink, and kind of, refresh between shows and all that good stuff, and have some fun and get treated kind of like you're special.
That's
nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
And then, like you said, for the cash envelopes, beginning probably next Tuesday, start looking for any Altrusen with those. But if you don't find one between now and then, definitely bring your wallets for the event and get you a couple envelopes to help the cause. And who knows, maybe win some sweet prizes for yourself.
And if you forget your wallet and don't have a checkbook or whatever, the envelope has Kawana's address, P.O. box on it. So you can take the envelope, go home and, I mean this nicely, stuff it, and then just drop it in the mail.
Absolutely. Stuff it and drop it.
That's right. Stuff it and drop it.
Just like your stuffed crust pizza. Throw it right in there.
So, yeah, we're going to make it as easy as possible for everyone. We'd love you to bring extra money or your checkbook, but it says, so I'll tell you, I forgot my checkbook yesterday, and it was a mess. But, you take care of it later on and just take your envelope. We just ask if you do take one that you do fill it with the amount on the outside and return it to us.
Absolutely,
so, And like I said, it should be a pretty low labor, high fundraiser, along with the fact that you get something out of it as well. So.
Absolutely. Oh, and by the way, so you don't win any prizes, nothing. You just came out and got a great concert, a great show. You were entertained for a couple hours here and all that while helping others. So you're really helping others do things in this community just by you coming out and watching it, a great show, maybe having some wine, maybe, participating in some of the fun envelope. That's all you're doing. And you're really making a difference in the community. You're really helping the Kiwanis Club make sure we get this all-inclusive park on the ground, or on going and breaking ground and getting this thing going. And, of course, we, with the other portions of those proceeds, making sure that the Roswell Community Theater, by the way, they have called the Kids Art, the CAPS program, Kids Arts Program. And that's where they work with youth throughout our community, helping them learn theater, learn, all those great things that kids need to help become an adult. Maybe your kid's not into sports, but maybe they're into theater. Well, let's get them a chance to go in the CAPS program and learn some of that stuff. They learn everything from the front of the stage stuff to behind the scenes stuff to history about our community. Like they do events and things like their Graveside Banner is one of their things where they actually invite folks to come out to South Park Cemetery and they kind of do chautauquas or reenactments of various famous local people that call that cemetery home, and so they do great stuff like that. So by you coming out to this Ted V Hill, you're supporting those programs and those things by them fixing that roof and keeping all the things they got going too. So
that's true. And if you were at the forum, you know that some people have difficulty speaking in public.
Yes,
and the theater program will definitely help those kids be more verbal and be able to participate in the community and put their thoughts together on their feet, that kind of thing. It's been proven from the National Endowment of the Arts that when kids are involved in those kind of programs, just like being an FFA, you're not afraid to stand up and speak and debate and different things.
Sure.
And you never know. You may want, your child may end up as mayor of Roswell someday. And
you never know.
Be able to sit up there and chat about what they believe in.
Plus, I also think, because obviously, like there's studies out there, like you're saying about like reading, kids that are read to as babies and read, by osmosis and by all that, they tend to just be smarter and more well-read and able to do the problem solve, all those things that we value as adults. There's enough evidence out there that shows when you read to them that you get some of that stuff. But I would also argue in things like you're talking about, where we're doing the public speaking, but even the parts of when they're trying to discuss plays and things they're working on, some of that is also understanding humanity and understanding how, it's like they're learning those critical thinking skills because in essence, you're asking them to play different people. And so they're thinking, well, how do I do this? And so it really exercises that side of the brain for these young folks. And really, I think when they decide as adults to pursue whatever dreams they pursue, whether it's on a stage or on a construction site, they've got skill sets that are going to help them along the way, Oh,
yeah. Well, and the NEA's also said that they're better decision makers. They can think outside the box, and right now I'm just thinking of the political realm because we are all in the who we're going to vote for kind of thing.
Sure.
Right? So you need to solve some problems. Every city does. Every state does. Every county does. And so it'd be great to have those thinkers that think outside the box that can maybe pull it all together. So anyway, just think about that when you are wondering what to do with your kiddos. It might be a good thing to put them in some of those programs.
Absolutely. And each human being is different. No two are alike, and what interests one may not interest the other. So sometimes when the things we traditionally say, all right, let's sign the kid up for soccer or baseball or whatever, maybe the kid's not into that. But then you put them in a scenario where they get to pretend to be somebody else, and their world lights up. It's another way to reach out to kids and help them get a great foundation. So when they are adults, they're good ones.
Yeah. They're not afraid to talk like you and I.
That's right. But so by coming out and enjoying the shows and things, this is what you're really keeping that legacy going and keeping that opportunity for our next generation going. So I know I'm really laying it on thick now to get people to get tickets, but come have fun, have a show, and really at the end of the day, you're really doing good for our community by coming out to stuff like this. It's a
if
great
anyone
thing.
would like to join Kiwanis, we are meeting this Tuesday at Cerritos. You can come out and check us out, and we will buy you lunch.
Very good. They come out.
Actually, our speaker this Tuesday is going to be Alicia, who's the president of Roswell Little Theater. So,
it just so happens. And you guys meet. Is it every Tuesday or second Tuesday of the month? I forget.
Well, starting in March, it will be the first and third Tuesday of the month at Cerritos. We have voted as a board not to go back to every week.
Okay.
And just do the first and third.
Very good.
So yeah, not a big commitment. An hour of your life on those days. Come and have lunch, find out what we're doing, and if you're interested in helping out, we'd love to have you.
Well, if nothing else, you're guaranteed a good lunch. Even if they say nothing that interests you, you're at Cerritos. And last time I checked, I've never ate anything bad at Cerritos.
No, that's fantastic there. So.
My biggest problem is there, and it's really one of the quandaries, because like you go to a Mexican food restaurant and you're like, I'm coming to get Mexican, right? Or you go to a burger place and you're like, I'm coming to get burgers. Cerritos does both very well.
Yes,
like they have a great burger, but great Mexican food. So I'm usually, especially at lunchtime, I'm always torn. I'm like, do I get a burger? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of us women don't want to have heavy whatever.
Yeah.
There's they have fish tacos. I mean, they just have a variety of things, and they do, like you're saying, I haven't had anything that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not going to get that again.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard decision when you go, what you are going to get.
If y'all ever get your gumption up, do a breakfast one, because that's kind of like my wife and I on weekends sometimes. That's kind of we'll go to Cerritos. We each get our build your own burrito, and then we split hash browns. That's kind of our go-to move.
I've never had breakfast there. I wonder if I could order it for lunch.
I mean, I love their dinners and lunches, but my favorite's their breakfasts. I mean, I love them all.
Check it out on Tuesday.
Yeah, but they got those, and the build your own burritos are huge. And they're good. They got all of it's good, but I usually end up like once in a while I'll get pork chop and eggs or something else, but most of the time I get the build your own burrito and I get my thing, and then my wife does the same thing, and then we split hash browns, and that's kind of our go-to. But anyway, go to a Kiwanis meeting, eat good food, and learn some good stuff.
That's right.
Did we get it all?
I think we did.
Awesome.
I mean, I could go on, and I know you could too, but I know you have other things.
I have that ability. Well, stay warm, and we'll see you next time here, okay, Lori?
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Mike. And remember, everyone, February 19th, John Denver, go to RoswellTheater.com or call 575-513-8119. And I'll be glad to answer questions and sell you some tickets.
I'm telling you, get it done this week. Tickets are going. So we wait much longer.
Advertising hits today, and it will be hard and fast for the next 3 weeks or the next 19 days or whatever. So we already have a really good crowd coming at 2 o'clock. So if you're interested in that, I'd get on it.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, Lori. We'll see you next time, okay?
All right, thanks, Mike.
All right,
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right, that was Lori Schatz with Kiwanis Club of Roswell and talking about the big John Denver tribute show. We're going to take a quick break before news. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Dennis Kintai, Mayor of Roswell. Since becoming mayor in 2014, we've accomplished a lot. We've cleaned out numerous derelict structures that spoil our neighborhoods. We've constructed a state-of-the-art aquatic center. We have built 2 new splash pads in city parks for families to enjoy. We have invested over $25 million to revitalize our air center. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the city of Roswell has stayed open and free while we work to ensure everyone's safety. Today, we are under attack from those trying to impose Santa Fe values on our way of life. I will always fight to keep Roswell values front and center. We've done a lot, but there's more to be done. I'm asking you to vote to keep me, Dennis Kintai, as your mayor on March 1st. Together, we can keep Roswell free. This is Dennis Kintai, and I approve of this ad.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
And we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up next. Stay tuned on the other side, too. We're going to replay our interview with Andrew Moore, Executive Director for the Roswell Chamber. She joined us yesterday in the 7 o'clock hour, gave us an update on things happening there and updates on what they've got going on. So we'll play that for you next hour. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. An overnight raid by U.S. Special Forces in northwest Syria has killed a notorious terrorist. The head of ISIS is dead.
Thanks to the bravery of our troops, this horrible terrorist leader is no more.
President Biden a short time ago talking about the moment American forces closed in on their target.
As our troops approached to capture the terrorist, in a final act of desperate cowardness, he, with no regard to the lives of his own family or others in the building, he chose to blow himself up, not just to the vest, but to blow up that third floor, rather than face justice for the crimes he has committed, taking several members of his family with him.
The president saying a major global terrorist threat has now been neutralized. Winter weather spreading significant amounts of snow and ice across the south and the Midwest as it heads toward the northeast. There have been more than 4,000 flight cancellations so far and more than 100,000 power outages. On Capitol Hill this morning, an annual tradition, the National Prayer Breakfast. For the past 70 years, presidents, political leaders, religious leaders have gathered for the prayer breakfast, setting aside politics and praying for the nation. The national debt clock can't spin fast enough. The U.S. national debt now topping $30 trillion has some Republicans sounding an alarm. Maryland GOP Congressman Andy Harris tweets, sadly, this debt will be paid by our children and grandchildren. Russian President Vladimir Putin heading to China for a meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The meeting comes amid the ongoing standoff over Ukraine and the ongoing Russian troop buildup along the border with Ukraine. Sell-off underway on Wall Street this morning. The Dow is down 221 points. The Nasdaq off 371 points for a loss of 2.5%. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Your pets have the same energy they used to? Do they have problems with itching, scratching, a dull coat, or goopy ears? Then your pets need Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
For over 20 years, pet owners have trusted Dinovite to supplement their pet's diet.
We started Dinovite, and in our first box, we noticed a difference.
Dinovite is an all-natural daily supplement made from whole foods that help support your pet's immune system, digestion, skin, and coat.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
Today's commercial pet foods are processed at high temperatures, which bakes out all the essential goodness. These processed foods can lack the essential vitamins, enzymes, and probiotics that contribute to overall good health. Adding a scoop of Dinovite to your pet's food bowl is the answer.
If you love your pets as much as I do, you want to do what's best for them to live long, healthy, happy lives. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. All 4 of them are on the Dinovite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
Apparently, adulterated cocaine has killed 20 people, seriously sickened scores more in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Authorities search frantically for the rest of the deadly batch to get it off the streets. Journalist Frankie Deas, based in the Argentine capital, spoke with the BBC.
There's different rumors about what's happening. At one stage, they were saying that it was probably cut with rat poison, but now the theory is that fentanyl, which is an opiate, which is 100 times more powerful than heroin, might be involved. And that's because of the way people have died, which has been very quickly, very instant.
In addition to the 20 people who died, authorities say 74 are in the hospital, with 18 of those patients on ventilators. Authorities in Argentina pleading with anyone who purchased drugs in the past 24 hours to throw it out. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. It is among the side effects of the coronavirus pandemic. There is a national shortage of blood.
Angel Carney is donating blood, but she's one of the few.
If you look around here, there's like nobody here today either, So there's a lot of empty beds.
The American Red Cross, which provides 40% of the nation's blood, says supplies have reached dangerously low levels. Carrie Dighton.
We have, in some instances, less than a day's supply of blood on hand.
Donations have dropped 10% since the start of the pandemic, and Dighton says the need is constant.
Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood, whether that is somebody who's going through a complicated childbirth, somebody who needs a cancer treatment.
And Angel Carney says donating blood can be pretty convenient these days.
It's pretty easy to go on the app, book an appointment.
I'm Ben Thomas.
We are watching Wall Street this morning, where a sell-off rolls on. The Dow down 257 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
3 winters.
Although the rule is I'm supposed to say hour number trace.
I know.
And then you say
Trace, Indiana?
Well, or say
or 3 winters.
Yeah, or 3 winters.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
I'll do all of them.
I've only done it to Sean once,
I know.
and I got it. And I'm going to do it again. And it might be soon.
One day.
It might not. You'll never know. I'm cold as ice. Paradise. And the feeling was nice. I'm chopping broccoli. Sorry. Some people are laughing right now. Some kids are like, what did he just do? I did. Chopping broccoli. Hey, happy frigid Thursday morning. Good news, we're out of single digits. Our our current temp at the moment is 13 degrees here in Roswell, New Mexico. So there's a bonus. It was 9 an hour ago. So there's that. But yeah, closers, delays. I got one update I heard. I caught when I was looking online there during the news update. Chaves County offices are now closed today. They were going to open on 2-hour delay. They have now decided to close for the day. So I've updated our Facebook to reflect that. So if you've shared our Facebook post, I update it there. That's the latest list I've got. I've been updating that post. And Facebook got smart after about a year or two ago. So if you edit a post and update it, and then a bunch of people share it, it actually updates everyone's share. So that's handy. So I've just been doing it through there. That way, when you've got, because we get 50, 60, a bunch of people, 100 people that share these things sometimes. And when that happens, I want to make sure everyone shares the right thing. So I've done it through there. I'll give you the rundown real quick on that delay, but most of the information I think people have at this point. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. You're either at where you're going to be at or not going to where you're going. So, but if in case
you've got more plans later today and things, or haven't heard some of these things, here are the latest closures and delays. Of course, Roswell Independent School District, Hagerman Schools, Artesia Public Schools, all closed today. They're closed. Head Start for Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, all closed today. Carlsbad schools are now closed today. ENMU Roswell closed today. Lake Arthur Remote Learning Building is closed today. I think they are doing remote learning, but the remote learning building's closed. Roswell Municipal Courts are closed today. As I'd mentioned, Chavez County offices are now closed. New Mexico State University Carlsbad is closed. Dexter schools on a 2-hour delay. Head Start for Dexter also on a 2-hour delay. Hobbs schools on a 3-hour delay. And Lovington schools on a 3-hour delay there. You know what? I did not check Dexter in that news break, so let me make sure that is still a 2-hour delay in case I hadn't seen an update earlier, but I'm refreshing it now to of course it's going to take forever. When you need something quick, never happens. But when you need it decides to take its time. Here we go. Yes, Dexter schools are now closed the entire day. They announced it about 30 minutes ago up on their Facebook page. So let me change that on the deal too. Dexter schools are now closed. I do not know about Head Start for Dexter. I'm going to assume it's closed as well. Usually the Head Start programs follow with what the school district does. And since now Dexter schools are closed, I would imagine Dexter Head Start is doing the same thing. But you might want to call ahead for folks that are impacted by Dexter Head Start to confirm that, because I'm just speculating. I'm not saying anything official. But the fact that Dexter schools are now closed, that probably indicates they're going the same direction on that. So I'll update here that on the Facebook page in just a second. But that's just in Dexter schools are now closed. That's the latest there. All right, it is 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure and a cold front slowly moving out of our area. We could get some lingering snow showers this morning. A little bit of clearing this afternoon, but it will stay very cold. Our afternoon high only in the mid-20s and breezy. Partly cloudy overnight, single-digit lows, and our wind chill could drop below zero. And then we'll get sunshine on Friday. Not as cold with our high near 35. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather.
Thank you, Steve. And currently, as I had mentioned earlier, a whopping 13 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 61%. Winds currently out of the north at 14 miles per hour. We are still under the winter storm warning. That is not going to be lifted until noon today. But I think we're pretty much done with the snow and all of that stuff. Cold temperatures, they're going to linger and continue, which will pose some winter weather problems here for the next certainly for today and maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. Partly cloudy for today. Highs near 25. That's it. We're getting to 25. So good news is we're about halfway there. Living on a prayer. North winds at around 10 miles per hour tonight. You could see some patchy freezing fog before midnight. Otherwise partly cloudy. Our overnight low is 6, folks. Yeah, it's going to be cold tonight. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Yeah, probably going to wake up to some patchy freezing fog as well. That's going to linger around till about 9 a.m. Sunny otherwise. Highs in the 30s, upper 30s, 38 for a high for Friday. But with wind chill values, that's going to be as low as 0. So don't feel like it's going to be feeling that warm. Winds will be out of the north at around 5 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear skies. Another overnight low in single digits, 9 for an overnight low. Friday night, northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. And then for the weekend, a little bit warmer. Kind of feeling maybe a little respite-like compared to what we're dealing with today and tomorrow. But sunny skies, a high of 49 on Saturday. Yeah, that's near 50. That's... Need I remind you, it's 13 right now. So 50 is going to feel pretty good. 50 for a high on Saturday or near 50 with southwest winds 5 to 10. Mostly clear. Overnight low of 20 Saturday night. So that's a big warm up. And then Sunday, sunny skies, a high of 52. And then Monday, about 51 and sunny skies there. So we do have some cold temps to deal with next couple days, but looks like a little bit more mild here on Saturday and Sunday.
All right, it is 13 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 4-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview we had yesterday in the 7 o'clock hour with Andrew Moore from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. That's coming up on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
This is Noreen Teal with the New Mexico Workforce Connection Centers with a special announcement. On Tuesday, February 8th, from 2 to 6 p.m., the workforce offices across the state will be hosting a rapid hire event. We will be conducting on-site interviews for multiple positions. Do you have a passion for helping others, excellent customer service and communication skills, and are you looking for a career opportunity that offers benefits including paid holidays, insurance, and a retirement plan on day one? If you answered yes, then we want you. Please bring your resume, 3 professional references, and school transcripts to be considered for one of the many positions we have available. For more information, please call 800-303-3599.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell. ENMU Roswell welcomes new and returning students to register online and on campus for the coming spring 2022 semester. Prepare for brighter days ahead and learn essential career skills in arts and sciences, technical and health education right here at home. Classes start January 18th. Call 575-624-7000 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
Have you ever just been tired? I'm not talking about sleepy tired, more like my mom used to say, sick and tired. It seems like I've been meeting a lot of people lately who are just tired. They're tired of their jobs, of politics, of rising inflation and paychecks that have stayed the same, tired of doing school and work and everything at home instead of somewhere else, and they're certainly tired of COVID. The stress on us because of where the world is right now is high, and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Often I'm asked by people who are tired if there's any secret to getting rid of the tired. My answer is simple, but simple doesn't always mean easy. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." That's my simple answer. Give your burdens and all those things that make you tired to the one who can handle it. His shoulders are broad enough to carry your burdens and to hold you up when you're tired. It's taken me a while, but I think I finally figured out that my shoulders are not near as broad as his. I just need to learn to give up trying to carry everything by myself.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Time to double up and save at Roswell Honda.
Double your refund.
That's right. Roswell Honda wants to double up your tax refund up to $4,000 towards your next vehicle. And with clearance prices across the lot, you can walk in, double up, and drive away today in a 2014 Yukon for just $379 a month, a 2014 Civic for just $249 a month, or a 2017 Escape for just $199 a month. Zero down, no payments for 4 months, free AirPods with a test drive, and double your refund.
Time to double up.
On now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Austin Industrial is currently seeking a janitorial staff position to work in the Holly Frontier Refinery. You will be responsible for cleaning and sanitizing offices, meeting rooms, bathrooms, kitchen and dining room, and public areas. No minimum education requirements are needed, no experience is required, and pay is $13.50 an hour for this full-time 40-hour-a-week position. Apply at austin-ind.com or call Miss Cookie Look at 832-657-3385. Austin Industrial is an equal employment opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 27 minutes after 7 o'clock because I pontificated about a lot of things. I covered a lot of ground in 27 minutes. I pat myself on the back. None of it important, mind you. Well,
It's kind of important.
Most of it wasn't, but there were some nuggets of importance there. But anyway, Andrew Moore joining us this morning from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. Good morning.
Good morning.
So first off, before we talk chamber business, I know you were at the forum last night.
Yes.
Overall thoughts?
Oh, my goodness. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen it yet, definitely get online and go watch the forum. You don't necessarily have to watch the whole thing. Watch your ward candidates, and then you can fast forward and watch the mayoral forum portion. But very informative. I really got to know a lot about candidates that I didn't know. I know most of the people that were up there. It was Ward 4 I really kind of learned a lot more about, because I didn't know a lot about the newer candidates.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that one's kind of got a real hodgepodge of veteran and brand new faces coming to the scene here. So, that was interesting. Unfortunately, one of the candidates, we only had 2 candidates unavailable for the last night. One of the mayoral candidates and then Ward 4 was a last minute. One of the candidates there was a last minute, both due to health reasons. But everyone else was there. I would, as I said at the beginning, you definitely heard varying opinions last night on how things should be run. And for folks that are looking to vote for their candidates, I think you've got a good idea by watching last night's forum on where a lot of people stand. And like I said, we're going to continue, keep studying the resources, tune into the us here on the radio, read the Daily Records articles and interviews and things that they do for this. And, various, I know, like the Federated Republican Women are doing candidate forums. Various other entities around our community are offering these opportunities. Please take advantage of them. Go do your research. If you... maybe you watched last night and you're like, man, that just gave me 5 other questions I have for some candidates here. Utilize those opportunities. Visit their social media presence. Ask them questions. This is your vetting process for selecting the right people to lead our community, and do your due diligence so the people we elect can do theirs.
Absolutely. And, of course, at the Chamber, we do our weekly email blast. We have reached out to every candidate in every race, to include Angela Moore, who is the only unopposed candidate this time. And we are going to post all of their information. We're going to post all of their information as they give it to us.
Yes.
So we are not endorsing any one particular candidate at the Chamber of Commerce, but we are happy to push all information on all candidates. So we have a section dedicated in the email just for candidates.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of, I just happened to catch this on my radar because it collided with my radar. But speaking of that, I know we're going to have one of the gubernatorial candidates come through next week.
Yes.
And I think he's going to be doing a meet and greet at the Chamber.
Yes, Greg Zanetti.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Tuesday, 5:30 at the Chamber. We're doing a meet and greet. That's another one of the new things that I'm excited to announce that we are going to be doing at the Chamber of Commerce is, once again, well, if we do for one, we will do for all candidates, because we do not endorse any one candidate.
Sure.
But Greg Zanetti was the first one to reach out to us. So we said absolutely. And then, of course, we went on. We have reached out to all of the other gubernatorial candidates.
And the same
and we're
courtesy.
in the process of setting up meet and greets. Mark Ronchetti got back to us. We're just ironing out dates.
Okay. And I'm sure the governor has the same invite if she'd like to come down and do the same thing.
I would love to have Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham come. I really would.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with everything that she says or does, but I think it's important for people to get to meet these candidates so you can go and vote accordingly.
Sure.
I agree with you that don't vote for somebody because you like their sign, or, oh, I've heard their name 5 more times than the other guy, or she's pretty, or he's cute. No, figure out what they really are about and see if it aligns with what you believe, and vote that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So the only reason I knew that one because he's going to be on my show that morning. Because he's going to be in town, so he's going to come on for a visit. So you'll get to hear what he has to say in the 7 o'clock hour next Tuesday, and then you can come to the meet and greet later today and ask him questions or make him expound on things we talked about.
And he loves questions.
Yeah.
I've met Greg a handful of times, and I promise you, I am that one person that I take notes and I ask the hard questions.
Yeah, Andrea can be a thorn in people's side when she needs to be. I've seen that happen. We're not necessarily a thorn, but yeah, calling people the carpet.
I am an above average informed voter. And so I ask those questions. And of course, a lot of times I do get dared by my friends. I bet you won't. And I'm like, oh, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, you want to get Andrew doing it, just dare.
So I'll ask the hard questions and, answer them accordingly.
Sure.
And then you do learn a lot about people.
Right. Absolutely. But definitely utilize all these opportunities and whether you early vote here today, tomorrow, whenever, or wait till in March here for actual election day. But do it with information that you're solid, that you're backing people that line up with what you believe in.
Absolutely.
As far as events and stuff coming up, what's something we want to put on the radar?
So, of course, we've got, like I said, Tuesday, a week from yesterday, 5:30, we've got gubernatorial candidate Greg Zanetti coming in. We will be having a ribbon cutting for Reliable Tint on the 12th. Yeah. That's a Saturday at 11 o'clock. And then at the exact same time is also the ribbon cutting groundbreaking. Is it groundbreaking? Maybe it's just the ribbon cutting for Ascent Aviation out at the air base.
Okay.
So we've got both of those events on the 12th at the exact same time, 11 o'clock. So pick which one you want to go to. Both are going to be great events. Reliable Tint is their grand opening. Okay. So it's not just the ribbon cutting.
Yeah,
you'll be able to tour the facility and get to know the
that man's
owner.
Dedicated to tinting and stuff. He popped in the one day I was there, and I think we had about a 15-minute conversation about tinting. Yeah. And he knows his tinting.
He's really good.
I wonder if you can go over there. Maybe you can combine them. And then he can go over and tint the helicopters and everything, all the equipment over.
Well, I'll have to give him a call when we get back. I'm sure he'll get a laugh out of that.
I don't know what the rules are in tinting aircraft, but, maybe they're different than the cars.
I would think it would be kind of the same concept, but maybe a little more difficult on the rounded edges.
Well, I mean, there's laws because they can't be so dark so they can't see in. I don't know if those same rules apply to airplanes because there's not officers knocking up on the door saying license and registration.
Yeah, I need to see what you're doing.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe the rules are a little different. They go uber dark and looks like a 70s lounge in there or something. I don't know. And go.
So we've got that going on. And then I can officially announce.
All right.
We, as the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, are having a 4th of July celebration event.
In August. Just kidding.
Yeah, in August. With fireworks.
Sweet.
It's going to be a big deal. We have Kofi Anderson coming in to do our concert.
All right.
And then we'll have a little bit of time for everybody to kind of readjust and pivot.
Okay.
As much as you need to pivot to look up to the skies. And we will have about a 25-minute fireworks display.
Nice. Very cool. So this will be this July 4th.
July 4th.
Is it going to be out at
Cielo
Grande Park? So come on out. We're going to have a great concert for everyone to come out. Kofi Anderson, of course, he's a staple in the country music world now. And he went from up-and-comer to kind of, today's country.
Absolutely.
Is the today's artists. And he's going to be, and again, this is, didn't we kind of luck out on, we got him before he blew up rate kind of thing?
Yes, he just signed a really lucrative deal. And so we called him. He loves Roswell because he has been to Roswell before when he was doing just the fair circuit.
Yeah, yeah.
He came out and was one of our headliners for the balloon rally.
Yeah.
So when we contacted him, he goes, "Oh my gosh, I just absolutely love Roswell. You guys are wonderful. I'm there. I'm absolutely there."
Yeah.
And so we signed the contract and we negotiated because the first amount, I was like, I'm out on that
from
deal.
Our blood.
I was like, I'm out on that deal.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, here's what we'll do. And he gave us the rate significantly lower with the caveat that we have to cook him a really good steak dinner.
All right.
So
we need to figure that one out.
Well, we've definitely had people coming out of the woodwork going, well, I can do a steak dinner.
If we can't rustle up a steak dinner in Roswell, New Mexico for this man, we're in trouble.
That's right.
We're in deep kimchi here.
That's right. So we are looking for sponsors for the concert and the fireworks because we do want to offer this event free to the public. It'll be obviously coming out of UFO Festival. And 4th of July is that Monday. UFO Festival ends that Sunday.
Okay.
So this is something maybe the tourists want to stay in town an extra day, but it's definitely for our community. We are going to start sending out sponsorship letters as well as working with other departments around the community to do a donation drive. Because the more money we raise, then the more free, the closer to free the concert can be.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to put the concert on at a loss.
Sure.
So I just want to break even. This is not a moneymaker or a profit thing for the chamber. It is for the community, and I just need to cover my costs.
Sure.
So anybody that wants to help out, whether you want to be a big sponsor or just have $5 to donate to the cause, we are happy to accept any and all contributions to the cause.
Absolutely. And, of course, you have questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out to the Chamber of Commerce via social media or face-to-face or on the telly. Either way, we'll be able to help and answer any questions. And let's start getting the rally going, making plans, mark your calendars. July 4th, we're going to have a fireworks show back in Roswell. Obviously, for quite a few years here, it's been a tough sting for our community on the losses and things we had the fire department. But I think we're a few years past that now, and it's time to celebrate America again the way America does. And
absolutely. And I have talked to both the city and the fire department and made sure that we are going to do
the blessings and got
things appropriately because, I obviously live here, so I understand.
Yeah.
And the fire department said that they are all in to support us. Obviously, they will not be doing the fireworks display, but they are there to help out in case of an emergency.
Sure, they do their day-to-day job for us.
Correct.
They're going to make sure everything's safe and above board. So,
exactly. So we have signed a contract with a company that is licensed, bonded, insured, that will come in, set up.
This is what they do for a living.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is their job. They take full responsibility for all that stuff. So we're excited. And, of course, the bigger the donations on the fireworks side,
this is true.
The bigger the fireworks display.
True.
So I have no doubt that this year is just the beginning of many. And I am one of those locals that usually leaves town over 4th of July and have for many, many years.
You can't now.
And I am not. In fact, I have told my family, you're going to have to come back for our 4th of July extravaganza.
Well, it's not like they got to pull them kicking and screaming. You got a great concert.
That's
you got fireworks. It's like, hey, come have cake and ice cream with me. Come on.
That's
what I mean? How many people are like, no?
It's going to be really cool. We're hoping to reach out to like all of the food truck vendors that are out there.
Yeah,
so that way there will be refreshments for the community.
We're getting a bigger and bigger variety of food trucks around town.
We are.
Different cuisines and things, from Cajun to obviously Mexican. But, I mean, we're getting, Italian. You got a little hodgepodge of great eclectic mix of food trucks starting to show up. So, I hope they all get to come out. We have a food truck row out there where you can get, Italian or Mexican or Cajun or
my vision.
Burgers and barbecue, whatever it is. We got a little bit of everything out there.
That's my vision, is to have as many of the food truck vendors that want to come out.
Yeah.
Hopefully a beer garden and some jump houses.
Sure.
And I will put the jump houses in between the beer garden and the food trucks so you can sit there and have your adult refreshment while the kids burn off their excess energy as well.
Yeah, make it a big family picnic.
That's the plan.
Yeah. So, obviously more details to come.
Yes.
But mark it on your calendars, July 4th, 4th of July celebration. Kofi and fireworks.
Oh, we're so excited.
July 4th. So definitely put that on your calendars. And I know we're all excited about that But
that is
getting that ready to come back.
Huge, because we've really been working hard to bring that back.
Yep.
And then we are also bringing back Rise with Roswell Agricultural Breakfast.
Yes, so plan your dark 30s here.
March 24th at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
That is our early event that we do. And we have a comedian, that was highly recommended to us, that he is a dairy farmer and does comedy, and he is hilarious.
All right.
The dairy farmer comedian. I just spoke with him yesterday. He is available, and we're excited to get that up and going after 2 years of not being able to do the ag breakfast as well.
Is he utterly funny?
He is utterly funny. When I was given different avenues to pursue, that I just started looking, and when we were given this one, I went and looked on YouTube and all over the internet, and he is so funny. And of course it dovetails with agriculture and what we're trying to do. And so, our other major one fell through, but hopefully maybe next year if we do better.
Yeah. Well, and
there's always goals.
I'm not going to lie. He's getting busy again.
Yeah.
Like new seasons of his show.
Yes.
Are coming back on TV again after quite a few year hiatus. Yep. So imagine that may have thrown a wrinkle in some of those.
That was
too.
some of it.
Yeah.
Cost is definitely something that we've got to.
Well, we got to make more money first.
Absolutely, so. And it's so we went to the staff and I went to that leadership seminar that the Economic Development Corporation put on yesterday, and we were kind of giggling because as he was talking about different things and having goals, we looked over each other. I'm like, see, I've got this goal. And he goes, don't get defeated if you have this big goal out there, but you can't reach it yesterday.
Right.
And everybody in the office laughed at me because that's me. I'm like, here's this awesome goal and we need to do it yesterday. And the staff's always like, that's a great goal and we can get there, but take a breath because it might take a couple days to get to that point.
First, you got to build a time machine. No.
And so those are the things that we've got going on. Okay. We've got the grand openings on the 12th. We've got 4th of July.
Yeah.
March 24th, Ag Breakfast. And of course, you're going to start seeing us push it all out. Our new web page, our website is coming up. We were hoping it was going to go live yesterday.
Okay.
It's looking like today or tomorrow.
Okay.
So we will definitely be pushing out all of our new information on the new website.
And give out the web address for folks. So
RoswellNM.org.
There you go. And you go there and and check back. Of course, don't forget if you utilize some other social media, your Facebook, Instagram, you also find the Roswell Chamber has a presence there, and I encourage you to like, follow, and stay up to date through those platforms as well.
And let us know in the community if there's things going on through Facebook especially. I get a lot of information. Hey, this organization's got this going on, and we will post it up on our Facebook page. We'll put it in the weekly email.
Yeah.
We'll put it on our website. And once we get our website up and going, we're going to start doing orientations with our members, because we will have that member page back where they can go in the back door. They'll have a unique username and password to be able to update their information.
Gotcha.
They'll be able to pay their bill. They'll be able to put if they're hiring, if they've got specials, things like that.
It's like their own little portal into the the system.
And it'll be a lot more user friendly than it has been in the past, because if I have to take 12 steps to do it, I'm not doing it.
Gotcha.
So if I can do it, anybody can. I promise, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
You're the litmus test. If you can navigate through it, then we should be good to go.
So we'll start, at least in the short term, we're looking at maybe once or twice a month having orientations for the members to be able to come in, and we can sit in the boardroom. We'll pull up the website. Everybody can bring in their devices so they can be real time on their own side, doing what we're showing. And then, of course, we're always willing to do one-on-ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So please utilize the chamber. And by the way, if you're not a chamber member and looking for an opportunity there, please reach out.
Please.
We are, there's various levels of membership. And you don't have to even be in Roswell as a business. If you serve the Roswell community in any way, shape, or form, or Chaves County, really,
yes,
any way, shape, or form, then it's probably behoove you to be a part of the chamber.
It really will. We do offer just about every service to the community, whether you're a member or not. Mm-hmm. But the biggest deal to be a member, the biggest advantage is that you get a lot of these things either at no cost or low cost, deeply discounted, whereas we just have to charge the community because there's a cost for doing everything.
Sure.
You know, paying my staff means something, so I've got to charge. The magazine, we are getting ready to send the next issue to the publisher.
This would be quarter 2 for this year?
The first quarter for this year.
Okay.
Technically, for the calendar
year. January,
yeah.
Never mind. My brain.
So it will drop the end of February, beginning of March, to all the households in Chaves County.
Okay.
We've got some great articles and, of course, some reoccurring features.
What's some of the... I don't want to give all the highlights, but a couple nuggets that'll give me...
Well, we are going to have something about Nemi and the football team that was out there.
The championship football
team. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
It
Yay!
is. It's awesome.
Of course, that's close to my heart because that's my son's
You've got
school.
Family that are in there as well.
So we've got something about cannabis in there. And over the next couple of issues, we're going to be pushing quite a bit of information.
Gotcha. About the legalization and what's going on, what to expect, and what's going.
Who's here in town, who the local players are. If that's something that you're into, I believe it's my place to tell you who are the local.
You are a promoter of business.
That's right.
And that is a legal business now in the state of New Mexico.
So that's one that we were excited about because even though I've been kind of a proponent since I was in high school, I've written many papers on what I thought the legalization would look like since I was in high school and yelled at by my college prep writing teacher. It's really cool to see what has actually happened.
Sure.
And to see what the real laws are. Dispel myths and rumors and let the community know what's really going on there.
Absolutely.
So those are two of the kind of major ones we've got going on. But of course, we'll have our kids page in there. We'll have Liz's Local Loves, where Liz goes out into the community and she finds all of these obscure little places, whether it be an eatery or just a cute little shop.
A hole in the wall or something? Yeah. Okay.
It amazes me that she comes in all the time and she's like, oh my gosh, I found this place. And I'm like, where is that place? Like, I drive all over town and I've never seen. She's like, okay, well, you got to go down this place, go through this alley, and it's right there. And then we all go. I know one of the food trucks that we featured last year has come back and said thank you because it has been a huge
them on the
boost.
Map.
Yes.
Good. That's the idea. Is to put people connected to other people and let them do life.
We've heard from many of our advertisers that they're seeing that it is paying off to be in the magazine. In fact, we had one advertiser that we contacted and he goes, can you not run my ad for 1 quarter because I am
we gave him too much business?
That's what he said. And we just started laughing. He goes, I'm just one guy in the office. He goes, I can't. He goes, I need to breathe for a second. We're like, not a problem. And he goes, but we're definitely on the schedule to go forward after that.
You should invite him to some of our classes and things to help business management so he can implement some business practice to get some more free time.
So that's so we've got lots of good stuff. We're going to be, of course, always looking for advertisers, always looking for content in the magazine because we are starting to fill up our folder of content and trying to lay out for this next year. Okay, here's all this wonderful information to make sure it doesn't get too dated.
Right.
We're Madeline Jones, our editor, is awesome. She's been really good at, hey, this is all the stuff we've got. This is how we're going to stick it in and promote all of this really cool stuff. I mean, in fact, yesterday I got something in my email box and I was like, I know we're getting ready to send it to the publisher in 3 days, but can we put this in there? And she kind of looked at me. She goes, Yes. Yes, we can put that in there. And she goes, as a matter of fact, I was trying to figure out we are up to 54 pages. And you've got to do the magazine in numbers of 4.
I gotcha.
So if you add an odd number, you've got to make sure you get that multiple.
Gotcha.
So she was like, well, I was wondering how I was going to fill up these other pages, but thank you. You just gave me another 2 pages of information.
The planets aligned, so call it a win. But yeah, good deal. But yeah, look for that coming soon here in a March time frame.
Yep. And if anybody wants to contact us about anything, what we're doing great, what we should be doing, if you want to yell at me for some reason because we've screwed something up, because I'm sure we've missed the mark somewhere. We can't make everybody happy all the time, but we're going to try.
Trying, yeah.
Give us a call, 575-623-5695.
Very good. And come on by.
Please.
And visit, and if you need a meeting space, if you need any of these kind of stuff, the Chamber of Commerce can help you out.
We have
reach out.
Tons of things that we can provide to you for your business, for the community. Come see us. If you see my red car in the parking lot, I'm there. Kyle's got a big black truck. Liz has a red car, and Madeline's got her brown SUV.
All right.
So if you see any one of those 4 cars, we're there, because sometimes the door is locked.
Mm-hmm.
So ring the doorbell.
There's a bell. It says ring it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ring it. We'll hear you. We will come. I promise.
Yep. I'll take care of you. And if that don't work, just be on the door.
Yeah, knock on. We'll be there. Sometimes we're in the back doing stuff, so it might take us a hot second.
It gets kind of deep. You get lost in the hallways back there. Well, thank you, Andrea. As always, appreciate the visit.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time, and stay warm. It's about to get nasty.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley News update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Golfers and other citizens of Roswell are encouraged to attend a community meeting to share ideas for the future of the city's Nancy Lopez Golf Course at Spring River. The public meeting is scheduled for Monday at 6 p.m. to ensure enough room to accommodate those who would like to attend. The meeting will be held at the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center. Those attending will have the opportunity not only to share their ideas and other input to improve the golf course, but also to meet the course's new golf pro and learn about new offerings being planned. Roswell police continue looking for a missing woman and her infant daughter. The woman is 32-year-old Agnes Silva. The child is 8-month-old Alea Granado. They're both from Roswell and were reported missing to the police department on February 1st. However, they were last seen on January 19th in Roswell. You can see pictures of both on the Roswell PD Facebook page. It's not known what they might be wearing now, but they could be traveling in a silver 2000 Honda Civic 4-door passenger car. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
But we don't have to watch shows. If you don't like Joe Rogan, don't watch Joe Rogan. You don't want to listen to him, don't listen to him. If you don't like The View, don't watch The View. If you don't like this host or this show or that show, don't watch it. Don't listen to it. But embrace the fact that you have this freedom and that you get to choose. You don't have to subject yourself to anything you don't want to listen to. And the idea that we're going to cancel and silence and fire and do... I'm not in that camp. And I'm not apologizing for my position. I'm saying we ought to be mature enough to embrace freedom. And embracing freedom gives you the power to do what you want.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Every 4 years, the world's greatest athletes compete for gold.
Team USA wins gold!
That time is now. The Winter Olympics are coming to NBC and Peacock.
Team USA would not be denied.
17 days of action, excitement, glory, and history in the making.
The United States wins gold!
Don't miss a single epic moment. The Winter Olympics, starting February 3rd on NBC and Peacock.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure and a cold front slowly moving out of our area. We could get some lingering snow showers this morning. A little bit of clearing this afternoon, but it will stay very cold. Our afternoon high only in the mid-20s and breezy. Partly cloudy overnight, single-digit lows, and our wind chill could drop below 0. And then we'll get sunshine on Friday. Not as cold with our high near 35. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the boys and girls small school basketball teams around this area, including the Hagerman boys, who are now 15-1. They'll be taking on Jowl at home Friday night at 7 o'clock. Jowl is 14-3. In fact, Hagerman's only loss was at Jowl, 38-31. So that should be good. Now, Gateway Christian's boys don't have a good record. They're 2-13, but they did win a district game the other night against Floyd, 45-23. So they're 1-1 district play. They're playing tonight at 7 o'clock against Elida. Also tonight at 6 o'clock, boys hoops, NMMI against Tucumcari, NMMI's district opener. Girls basketball, Dexter 12-4 Friday night at Eunice, who is 12-5. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street's benchmarks tumbled following today's opening bell, the tech sector especially hard hit. The Nasdaq plunged more than 2% at mid-morning following a lackluster earnings report from Meta Platforms, the former Facebook. After several consecutive weeks of unemployment claims that appeared to rise in tandem with Omicron, fewer Americans applied for jobless benefits for the second week in a row. Applications fell 23,000 to 238,000 last week. That was down from 261,000 in the previous week. Average long-term mortgage rates are holding flat for a third straight week after rising about 0.5% early in the year. The average for the 30-year home loan holding at 3.55% from last week, that according to Freddie Mac. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
It's scary how often we hear those police sirens lately.
Oh, this is the new normal under Mayor Dennis Kintai.
I just don't feel safe these days around Roswell, and I'm worried about our kids.
I know. It's very concerning. Murders are up 140%, and robberies are up 142% in the last 4 years under Kintai.
What?
Yeah, and assaults are up 263%.
That's unbelievable. And I heard the other day that Roswell pays their officers a starting salary 10 grand less than Hobbs and Carlsbad. No wonder we're having trouble hiring.
We need to fire Mayor Kintai and elect Tim Jennings as mayor.
Yeah, Jennings has a plan to hire 10 more officers, and he'll make sure Roswell pays competitively to recruit and retain our police force.
I know Jennings is going to build a substation in the high crime area. That'll help.
Tim Jennings, he's got my vote.
Mine too, because I know he'll keep Roswell safe.
Paid for by Tim Jennings for mayor.
This is Noreen Teal with the New Mexico Workforce Connection Centers with a special announcement. On Tuesday, February 8th, from 2 to 6 p.m., the workforce offices across the state will be hosting a rapid hire event. We will be conducting on-site interviews for multiple positions. Do you have a passion for helping others, excellent customer service and communication skills, and are you looking for a career opportunity that offers benefits including paid holidays, insurance, and a retirement plan on day one? If you answered yes, then we want you. Please bring your resume, 3 professional references, and school transcripts to be considered for one of the many positions we have available. For more information, please call 800-303-3599.
Have you ever just been tired? I'm not talking about sleepy tired, more like my mom used to say, sick and tired. It seems like I've been meeting a lot of people lately who are just tired. They're tired of their jobs, of politics, of rising inflation and paychecks that have stayed the same, tired of doing school and work and everything at home instead of somewhere else, and they're certainly tired of COVID. The stress on us because of where the world is right now is high, and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Often I'm asked by people who are tired if there's any secret to getting rid of the tired. My answer is simple. But simple doesn't always mean easy. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." That's my simple answer. Give your burdens and all those things that make you tired to the one who can handle it. His shoulders are broad enough to carry your burdens and to hold you up when you're tired. It's taken me a while, but I think I finally figured out that my shoulders are not near as broad as his. I just need to learn to give up trying to carry everything by myself.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
When I'm ready for new furniture, I don't want to wait for it. I go to Glenn's Furniture, where everything is ready for immediate delivery. Beautiful power reclining furniture, gorgeous dining room sets and bedroom sets, and the world's most comfortable mattresses. Glenn's has the quality furniture I'm looking for at the best prices around, in stock and ready to go home. So don't wait around. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, delivering for free since 1953.
The Valentine's Day giveaway is on at Roswell Nissan. Roswell Nissan is giving away a 2-night getaway to Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino in Santa Fe, plus a $100 food voucher at the resort and a $400 Visa gift card. 1 entry for stopping by, 3 entries with a test drive or service, and 5 entries with a purchase. Drawing February 12th at 1, must be present to win. Plus, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and $2,000 guaranteed on your trade. There's a lot to love at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:56. About ready to wrap up today's show. Of course, Travis and Sexton will take over the airwaves here in just a little bit. So to kind of put on I've been, obviously, folks that listen to the show know I'm a huge Washington Now Commanders fan. So we, talk about reactions to my opinion on that, and we've been kind of going over that for last, and I've pretty much exhausted all that. But just to kind of keep you in the loop, and again, to my point of why Washington football team is such a sad situation. So they released the name, they released the uniforms, the logos, the whole nine on Tuesday. One of the logos, which I'm not going to lie, I'm not in love with it, but I don't despise it either. But they kind of did a faux pas on it, and now the Twitterverse is going crazy about it. So the Washington Commanders have a logo that's not the one on the helmets or anything. It's kind of the one you see on shirts and whatnot. But it's a round logo, and it's got like a 4 thing. It says Washington football on an outer loop, and then inside of it, it's got a little 4-way with the 3 stars for the DC flag. It says Commanders. It's got 1932 establishing the year they were done, and then a W. But then on the outer ring that says Washington football, and at the bottom, they've got their 5 championships and the dates in which the year dates in which they won their 5 championships. Now, 2 of the championships were pre-Super Bowl, 37 and 42. Those are NFL champions. They're not Super Bowl wins. They're NFL championships. So they got those dates. They're right. But when you get to the Super Bowls, and they've got 3 of those, the seasons were different than they were longer seasons and, the 16-game seasons. And so the season would be 1 year, but the Super Bowl actually plays in January, February that next year. So Washington, they've won respectively Super Bowl 17, Super Bowl 22, and Super Bowl 26. But instead of putting Super Bowl XX, whatever, they put dates. They put the year. Which is fine, except for they kind of put the year they actually, like the date of the Super Bowl, but it really, when you look at seasons, it's the season prior. So, like, the last Redskins Super Bowl was on a date in 1992. January, February, whatever it was in 1992. But the season was the 1991 season. So most people consider they're the 1991 Super Bowl champions. They didn't do it that way. They put 92, they put 88 instead of 87, and they put 83 instead of 82 on their Super Bowl titles. 83, they went to the Super Bowl and lost it to the Raiders. But it was the in 84, but it was the 83 season they did that. They didn't win a championship in the 83 season. They lost. They won 82 season, but they put 83 on there. So people are up in arms. It's like, no, technically the date of the Super Bowl was that year, but the season in which we speak of was the year prior. So people are like, dude, fix this. And then obviously the real simple solution to get all the confuddledness out of it is put the two dates for the championship, 37 and 42, when they won the championships. And then rather than put a year for the 3 Super Bowl wins, just put, the Roman numerals, XVII for 17, XXII for 22, and XXVI for 26. And you're covered. And it's so logical. But my point is, they've had how long to figure this out, and they couldn't figure that one out, but the public figures out in 2 minutes. It's kind of dumb. All right, we got to go. I just want to put that little icing on that little caveat. Have an awesome day. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of it. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk